Hey everyone, Hazel and I cannot thank you all enough for the support you've shown our podcast.
Wow, yeah, it's amazing, you guys and gals out there. Every time I hear somebody say that they actually listen to us, I just don't believe it, and I want to call them a liar.
You know, Hazel, I just wanted to mention something before we get on with the show today. We're now going to put timestamps for each segment of our show in our weekly show description. That way, you can decide exactly what you want to hear, whether you want to listen to our beautiful voices for the entire podcast or zip right to that guest speedrun segment and find out how many they got right this week. You decide.
Yeah, or if you're, Raven and you want to find out, how many mistakes we've made in the episode and call us out on Saturday mornings, you can certainly do that as well. You know what, Gatr? I think it's a brilliant idea. You are a genius. Wait a minute, did I just say that? I'm just reading the script. I'm not going to say that.
No. You said you would say that. Read the script, man. Come on.
You know me, man. I don't read scripts. This is amateur bullshit.
Dude, you agreed, man. You agreed to this. No. Yes.
So here's a fun fact for you guys. Kingsleymac has a different voice when he podcasts than in real life.
What?
It's true.
Whoa.
When he's talking to me or our family or our friends in real life, he doesn't have such a low, slow voice.
Hazel.
Do we talk like this?
This is going to be such a great episode.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 85 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that wants to raid with you. I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. Hey, man, how's your week been?
Sorry, I just wanted to, there's two jokes I want to make. Either one, you can't raid with them right now because you got your eyes on tomorrow and you don't need to raid anymore. Or two, the second joke would be that you want to raid with you and you and you and you and, 10 other friends. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my week has been chaos. Everybody and their mom found out that I guess we're getting another stimulus. So they're trying to call in to make sure they got all their shit straight. So I'm like, all right, well, hey, I'd rather you call in now to get your shit straight than on the day of and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's been a lot of my week. It's been absolute chaos. Aside from that, my wife thought we were a victim of identity fraud again. Somebody charged $300 at Walmart. Come to find out that was the Xbox Series S that I didn't order, actually. But they charged us anyway. So, yeah. So my wife was like, did you buy like $300? Because I think we have more fraud. And I was like, no, I didn't. Come to find out that's what it was. And then I asked her, I was like, what did you think it was fraud for? And she's like, I thought they bought like $300 worth of frozen pizzas. I have no idea where the hell she came up with that. But
wow. I didn't know they were that detailed. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Apparently. But we'll have to talk about that later. I want to know why she thought it was frozen pizzas.
Yeah, really. Man, I swear, hopefully you'll get a week where you can just take a breath, because you just had a rough year so far, man. Sounds like. Well,
it's been kind of chaos. What about you?
Yeah, it's been a good week. Very good weather in Florida this week. I'm sorry, all you northerners, all you haters of Florida. By the way, Florida's closed. I'll let you know when it's open again. 70s all week, 50s at night, 57 right now, in fact. Just beautiful, beautiful weather. I've been working. It's been busy, though. It's been a busy work week. Everything's starting to crank up here, and everyone wants their weeds gone. They got starting to get out in their yard, and just the typical cycle in Florida. So, no, family's good. Everybody's good. My daughter's trying to look for an apartment because she's just about to graduate, and she wants to move back to Orlando. So my wife has been going on apartment tours the last 2 weekends, trying to get her to, and boy, the rental market is just a joke in Florida. There's so many people looking for rental places that the price is so high for just the crummiest places. So that's been our challenge the last 2 weeks. And she's back this weekend to round 3, try to find another apartment. So, well, hey, we got not one, but 2 special guests this week. He's a Destiny Sherpa that you may have heard of on his podcast, The Guardian Hub, the best hub on the net. And she is a gamer who shares his gaming passion and just happens to be married to him. So, Hazel, this is our first couples episode. It's our returning guest of the show. It's Mr. Kingsleymac, and it's her first appearance on the show. It's Startien. How are you both doing tonight?
Hello.
Doing well. How are you?
Very good. I was waiting for you to come in there. All
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
Okay. Hey, you got it.
Good.
Oh, good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, hey, Hazel, best behavior tonight, buddy. Looking at all eyes on you.
I make no guarantees.
Okay. Good enough. I'll take it. All right. So just a quick overview of this week's show. First, we're going to hear Startien's story tonight and what got her into gaming, and also catch up with Mr. Kingsleymac as well. We're going to test both of their Twitch reflexes in our new and further improved Fast Fire segment we call the Speed Run. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this 4th week of Season of the Chosen. We'll answer community questions, and finally, we'll add 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. All right, let's do this, gang. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Well, okay, I am a little excited tonight because I want to know more about Kingsley's hot wife. Sorry, that's your name. It shows on the Discord right here, so I'm just saying that. Honey, it's all good.
Sure.
Well, I tell you what, let's start with this. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? Where do you now call home? What do you do for a living? And what's your family situation?
Oh, hey guys. Okay, so I grew up in Utah, and I still live here, but during college I traveled a lot. I actually lived out of the country for a little while as well, going to school and study abroad situations. And yeah, I like it here. I don't love the snow. Someday I'm going to move to the Pacific Northwest. That's kind of like my dream. But all my family's here. Obviously, Kingsleymac is here, and I'm married to him, so I don't think I should move without him.
Yeah, you better stay put. Yeah. Now, I'm curious, how big a family? How big a family do you have? Do you have a big family or medium family? What's the makeup there?
Yeah, I do. I have a very large family. I am the youngest of 6 kids.
Wow.
My parents are still married. I think it's almost 50 years. It'll be 50 years.
Wow.
I think in May.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're great. I had a great childhood. I had a great time growing up in Utah. I grew up in a smaller town, kind of in a farmland dairy agricultural community. So,
Okay.
Cheese is delicious. And
They have farms
yeah.
they have farms in Utah?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow. Okay, I got to hear more about this. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well,
And actually, the town that I grew up in, it's known nationally for being the worst air quality in the winters every year because of all of the cows.
Really? Okay.
It's true. Yeah. It's pretty bad
And
there.
the inversion, right?
So it's surrounded by mountains. It's a small valley, and so the inversion, the weather patterns just trap the cold air and the really crappy air in the valley, and it's yeah, like usually every year there's some news article about how it's the
Really?
worst air quality in the country.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you what do you do to pay the bills? What's your career?
I am a graphic designer. I actually work at a real estate brokerage here in Utah. And I am on our marketing team. So I do graphic design. I advertise for the company, and I also advertise for the real estate agents that I work with, and just make beautiful things.
Wow, that's cool. That's what my daughter's getting her degree in fact, is graphic arts. That's pretty cool. Well, I might be asking you some questions later on when she graduates.
That's okay. Funny enough, I didn't go to school for graphic design.
Really?
So
you're naturally gifted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm completely self-taught. I got into the real estate industry and marketing more out of necessity because we had to pay our bills. I went to school for music. I'm a classically trained violinist.
Wow.
And I did like 12 years of music school basically, and
Wow.
couldn't make a living. So I went into the career change options and found something I liked, and I just completely learned it on my own, and now I'm loving it. It's great.
That's cool. Well, not cool that you couldn't find a job doing that.
No,
but, yeah.
you know, actually it's the best because I get to do, and we can talk about this a little bit later because it has to do with one of the songs I picked for the Spotify playlist and the iTunes playlist. But I love that music is now my hobby and I don't need to depend on it for a paycheck. So it's just something I get to do for fun, and I still play regularly. I have groups that I play with, but you know, it's not my 9 to 5, and I love my 9 to 5. So it's great.
That's cool. All right. So one question that's not on here, with you being a graphic designer, did you do any of the art for the Guardian Hub?
Yes, I created his logo.
Very cool. All right. Well, now back on track here. So Kingsley, now Startien, you can feel free to interject and call him a liar or whatever. But how did you two meet?
Yeah, we met through basically kind of like singles meetup groups in the area. We'd have like hangouts, going out to dinner, back when we would, before COVID, party up, go to like Chili's and restaurants like that. And just through different times of going to different restaurants, we started meeting up with each other and then having little cute, awkward conversations at first that eventually led to us hanging out more and more. We always joke that when we first started talking to each other more directly, we're both kind of like introverts. So, how did two introverts start talking to each other? It can be awkward.
Oh my gosh, guys. So the first thing I
Tilda.
said to him was just super awkward. And I was like, so our local college here, their colors are red and black. And he happened to be wearing a red and black shirt. And I was attending the school for my master's degree at the time. So I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, are you a fan of University of Utah?" And he was like, "What?" He's so confused. And I'm like, immediately I was just like, I turned my head down. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm an introvert. I'm super awkward." And then he was like,
and I'm like, "I'm an introvert too."
"Yep, exactly." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then that was,
It was
kind
love
of
at first sight.
It was our awkward, cute meet.
That's
awesome.
I'm just
Meet
loving.
cute. Oh, I messed that one up.
I'm loving this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun story. I can be an awkward human, and he just took it all in stride.
No, I totally get it, Startien, because that was me in high school and college. I was definitely shy. I was so afraid to talk to girls when I was in high school. I know exactly where you're coming from. It's so uncomfortable being I go to a party, I'd stand in a corner. It just was not my gig. It was just not my thing. So yeah.
Well, see, the interesting thing is I rock at parties, and people are surprised that I actually am kind of socially awkward.
Really? So you just go with
Stacy's an outgoing introvert. There's actually such a thing. There's shy introverts and outgoing introverts.
Oh.
And outgoing introverts, they'll seem like an extrovert, but they can still be like you said, socially awkward at times. Like we don't necessarily introverts. I'm more on the shy introvert, but we'll talk to people and stuff. But all introverts generally, at the end of the day, just need their alone time. We get tired at parties while extroverts get energy from parties.
Yeah, it's mentally draining. It's just your head is so full of conversation and talking to yourself and
Yep.
now, well, what got me out of being an introvert is I had to be in retail. I had to have a job, right? And I had to speak up and say, "Can I help you?" and initiate a conversation. Is that kind of the way you guys kind of broke out of being an introvert, or was it different?
Well, yeah, again, I think it's a little bit more than you don't have to break out of being an introvert. Again, introverts like where you gain your energy. Like you can be outgoing enough and social enough with people. I've learned that over the years too. I had a job at Disneyland for one of my first jobs.
Wow.
I can play the game and be friendly with people and be social. But as an introvert, when I'm around people all day, I feel drained at the end of the day. Yeah. Extroverts, they're around people all day. They go home. They have to call their friends and talk more because they love the interaction.
That's my brother.
That's really what it's about.
That's my brother. He never wants to be quiet. He always wants to be talking with somebody. Well, okay. I got a little fun question here for both you guys. Kingsley, you'll go first, and then Startien, you'll go next. What is one thing we don't know about Startien? And then I'll ask the same question.
Not a lot, right?
I'll ask the same. No. I'm talking about that we may not know about Startien, and then I'm going to switch roles and have Startien say what is one thing that we don't know about Kingsley. All right, so Kingsley, go first.
One thing that you don't know is that she has 3 dogs. Okay. I mean, we have them together, but she loves dogs.
No, they're mine. They're mine. They're not yours.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I was just trying to say that so you wouldn't say, hey, you don't love the dogs also?
No, if we got divorced, they would all come with me.
Yeah, probably.
Ouch.
I've learned to love dogs, actually. I never considered myself a dog person until the dogs came with her. See, I came with some humans and she came with some dogs. So it was we all had to give some
Brady
there.
Bunch. It's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But she loves dogs, like absolutely loves dogs. So that's something.
Good deal. All right. And Startien?
Man, I don't.
Well, you kind of spilled it at the beginning, but maybe there's something else.
Okay. So yeah, so I can say that again, or I can. Yeah, no. He definitely has a different voice on podcasts than he does in real life. But since I already said that, how about his favorite food is Thai, and he will eat it every day if he could.
Really?
Yum, yum.
You must have an iron stomach, sir. Thai can get kind of spicy. I mean, it can be, I guess.
Yeah, you wuss.
I'm
Yes, he is.
I'm British, Irish, and Scottish. Give me potatoes and a steak. I'm good. Anything other than that?
Something bland.
Something, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
bland
not
food.
bland. Solid food.
Yep.
All right. Save me here, Hazel.
I just like food that doesn't actually have a color. Like, give me all of the carbs.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way. Yeah.
Like, who eats
Pastas,
salad? That's so. I mean.
Well, I like oatmeal. I don't know if you've heard that, but
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm like, that was his one meal. If he could eat it for the rest of his life, it'd be
Oh, I
oatmeal.
know.
that was last week's show with Ascendant Nomad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was kind of cringeworthy. All right. So, in an effort to save good old Gatr there. So, what's married life in Utah like? Like routines, things like that.
It's lame. No, I'm just kidding.
Just like everywhere
Utah's-
else. Okay. No.
Right. Well, especially right now, right? But I mean, the arts here are actually pretty cool. We did like to go out and do a lot of plays, musicals. We have a regional performing arts center called the Hale Center Theater that is top notch. They will get actors from all over. They put on a yearly throughout, this year they have a lot of different shows, but every year they'll do the Christmas Carol, and they've had people come over. They're visiting here from the UK, watch it and say, this is like one of the most authentic renditions we've ever seen of it.
Okay.
So
Nice.
arts is really good. We have the symphony, we have a lot of museums and stuff. So yeah, believe it or not, there's a lot of cool things like that to do. And of course, also the outdoors are pretty cool. Utah.
I was just gonna say.
Take it over. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, he's talking about all the activities we do in the arts, but really we don't do that much in the arts. Like, when we do, it's really fun, of course, but we love going on drives. Kingsley has a Subaru Crosstrek, and he will go off-roading in his Crosstrek and go on these cool mountain scenic bypasses. It's just really fun. It's so gorgeous here, especially in the summer. So we'll do hiking and go like, high elevations and just do some really fun drives and enjoy the scenery. So we really love that.
That's fun. We have like 6 national parks here and like another handful of national monuments.
Jealous. Well, okay. Well, I know temperatures are a very variable thing, but where you guys live, what are your average temps in the winter and what are your average temps in the summer? I'm just curious.
Yeah, good question. It's funny enough, I did want to bring up earlier when you were saying about Florida, you're like, you've been in the 70s, like big whoop. We've actually been in the low 60s this week. Can you believe that?
I'll take it. That's awesome, man.
It does vary. And lately, I'm kind of a weather geek at times. And
I am too. Can you tell?
Lately in the West, especially at California, Utah, it stops like right after Colorado. The way these weather patterns have been going, where everyone's like getting this bitter cold, it happens about a third past the western half of the United States, and it definitely hits the north. So like north of Florida and the Midwest, they're all the states that have been getting the bitter cold and the crazy snowstorms. Luckily, Utah, the last few years, we've been getting pretty mild and warm weather. Even though we can be bitter cold at times and get a lot of snow, it's been pretty temperate compared to how it has been. Sorry with the talks.
That's all right. I got them too.
Yeah. I would say in average during the winter, lows 20s, highs 40, and it can obviously go way lower and way higher. And average during the summer, 80s, 90s. It can get into above 100, but that's more rare.
Wow.
Does that sound right, Stacy?
Yeah, I think that definitely we've been getting warmer over the past decade. So our winters are a little bit more moderate. We've had less snow in general than we've had, in the 80s and 90s. And then, like our snowpack so we really rely on our snowpack in the winters to keep our water levels, adequate for the rest of the year. So we're not in a drought, and our snowpack has just been really low and really light the past, 5-10 years. So it's definitely getting warmer. Summers are just really hot, but I guess I can't complain because we don't have humidity here. So it's just a really dry desert heat.
Damn, you guys have sold me on going to Utah.
I know.
Come and visit, man.
Well, okay. And that I'm sorry, Hazel, I have to interrupt you. I have an incoming news alert. No, it's not a news alert. Hit the music, Johnny. What we're going to do is we're going to have a quiz on how well you know Utah. This is going to be 10 questions. You guys can think together about the answer before you give it to me, but I want to see how well you guys know Utah. So here we go. I'm going to start with a real softball here. Number 1. What's the origin of the name Utah?
Indian tribe. The Ute Indians.
Native Americans who lived here.
That's correct. Native American tribe, Ute, which means people of the mountains. Very good. All right, so Hazel keeps score. That's 1. All right, number 2. What's the name of the famous steam engine in 10 cars that has been filmed in over 31 motion pictures over the last 20 years? This one may be a little tougher.
I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. We've had the Transcontinental Railroad had Golden Spike. It met in Utah from the two sides. So, and I don't know if that's exactly what you're talking about. There's one. Is it Big Bertha?
Looking for a railroad company.
Oh, railroad company?
Yeah. Union Pacific.
Nope.
I have no idea.
The Heber Valley Railroad.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Okay, so
well, it really does.
What?
As a local?
That's what I was asking. Wait. That's why I was asking if you asked a native or if you Googled, because totally doesn't count.
I'm from Florida. Who am I going to ask? Come on.
Well, just so we'll tell you, yes, it's probably been in movies, but it's a tourist trap. It's not really an engine railroad company per se.
It's
a one location that has a small track that goes probably like 20 miles.
So that's probably where I would be visiting if I visited. Okay, I got you.
I thought you meant like a legit.
No, we wouldn't even recommend you to go visit that. We would give you
it's too late.
We would give you the better
We give
places.
you flack.
I already went to one in Colorado. It was a real joke, so sorry. I'll have to heed your warnings next time. Okay, we'll make that one a wash. Okay, number 3. Has Utah ever hosted the Olympics?
Yes.
Yes.
2002.
Easy.
And it's up for
Summer.
another bid.
I mean, Winter Olympics.
Yep, you
Yeah.
nailed it. You nailed
I was
it.
there. I went to the
Really?
events.
Nice. All right, you nailed it. All right, this one's going to be a little tougher. This is a multiple choice question. Here we go. Number 4. The mountains near Salt Lake City average how many inches of snow per year? A, 180 inches. B, 250 inches. C, 500 inches. And D, 45 inches.
I mean, can we calculate that at least a feet? Because then I might know better. Because no one says it by inches total.
I'm sorry. I'm just going by what's on the internet. All right.
I
do you
would
say the
it's-
choices again?
It's A or B.
I've
Definitely
got
not the last one.
180, 250, 500, or 45.
Yeah, I'd say probably the second one, B, if I had to guess without really calculating it.
Final answer?
It's A or B.
You guys are both wrong. It's 500 inches a year. I
Okay,
couldn't-
but
I
was
couldn't believe
that
it.
last year or was that like
Oh,
10 years ago? Because we already talked about our snowpack.
No, it says the mountains average how many inches of snow per year. They average 500 inches. I believe me, I had to do a double take on this. All right, number 5.
Okay, even it's probably legit, Stace, because that's about 41 feet.
Hey,
during
Hazel.
the whole winter.
Hazel,
So-
are these two competitive or what?
Okay, wait. But backtrack because the local mountain.
I'm out of this. I'm out of this.
Oh, come on.
So when
man.
I think of our local mountains, are we thinking like Park City? Because then
No,
yes, 500 feet
no.
or 500 inches.
No, if you listen to the question, it said Salt Lake City average.
I'm gonna dispute that, and I'll find
all right.
evidence.
All right. That one's under
Nice.
that one's under appeal.
Stace is right.
Okay. All right. This is an easy one. What's the state's nickname?
The Beehive State.
Thank
Yay.
you. Good job. Number 6? What is a state tree?
Ooh. Is it the? It's the.
I feel like it's
ones
the
that connect.
juniper.
I thought it would probably be the
Aspens?
Aspens.
It's
I
actually
don't know actually on that one.
It's actually spruce.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no one
gonna
really talks
dispute
about
that one too.
Oh my god. How the hell are we going to get through the speed run, Hazel?
Hey,
All right.
because
I'm out of this.
Okay, but to be fair,
I'm in your
fair, I know that our state bird is the seagull.
Yes.
Which is interesting
I-
because we don't have a sea.
Right.
we
I
do
know.
have a big lake
Yeah.
that acts like a sea.
I
And it's
s-
salted.
I saw
Yeah.
that. It said the California gull. I'm like, what? A gull? That's near the. Okay, never mind. All right, let's move on.
You had to borrow the bird from California
or some kind of
for
gull.
your bird?
Some kind of gull from the West Coast. Anyway,
We have a beach on the Great Salt Lake too.
well, that's
Kind
true.
of gross though.
That's true.
There's a lot of mosquitoes.
All right, number 7. What year did Utah become a state?
Oh. Well, I didn't grow up here, so I don't know my state history as much. But
Ugh.
18 is so far correct.
1880s, 1890s, I want to say.
I'll
No,
give you-
1870s. Anywhere between 1870 and
1800s?
1895.
All right, this is such a bad idea. It's 1896. Sorry. That
Okay.
you know that if someone asked me when Florida became a state, I'd have no clue. All right. I know
like yesterday.
I know University of Florida was established in 1817, so that's all I know. All right, 1917. Shit. All right, number 8. What is the state mammal?
mammal?
Yeah.
I would say the grizzly. What do you think, Kingsley?
I don't. This one I feel like never comes up in conversation either. I wouldn't guess grizzly, but I don't know what I would guess. Shoot.
It is on 4 legs. It cannot
Maybe a beaver.
it cannot go on 2 legs. Let's just say that.
It cannot go on 2 legs.
Maybe a
And not a bear.
beaver?
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
there is
just,
a town called Beaver, Utah, a city. so-
I'll just tell you, it's the Rocky Mountain elk is the state mammal.
Interesting. Okay.
I bet the elk can go on 2 legs.
legs.
Come on.
That's what I was gonna say, too.
No.
When
This.
they rear up and hit their horns together.
Oh God.
Yeah, they totally.
Yeah,
No,
Have you ever
that
seen
counts.
like the TV shows where they like have like
Oh,
2
my
wild animals
God.
fighting?
I think
National
they're.
Geographic.
No, I think they're leaning on each other. Please. All right, number 9. This was a really cool. I like this question. What is your state slogan? And it's the most recent one, by the way. It did have one that was an older one, but this is a new one.
Oh, I should know this. Yeah, the recent one.
It's such a cool slogan.
Shoot, do you remember, Stace?
No, I have no idea.
It,
However,
uh-huh.
I know that lately we've seen a ton of like, I've seen the logo for Utah lately that's like in Utah, and it has like IN and then Utah, and then there's anyway.
Well,
But I wonder if that has something to do with it because we've seen that a lot the past year.
you're kind of hitting around it, but the actual slogan is "Life Elevated."
Oh yeah, I totally knew that.
That makes me
I
want to
should-
come
yeah,
visit
I-
right away. That looks so cool. That's such a cool slogan.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a
I
hard
think
one.
I need to dispute that.
Oh God! All right, all right, all right.
Hey, Stacey, do you know
I'm
we have
just
a pending
messing with you.
lawsuit?
This
Guardian
one
has a pending lawsuit with
no,
Guardian Down.
no, not on this. No,
Great.
this one is a Google
That's what we
question.
need.
This is off a Google website, so you'll have to bear with me. What Utah bridge is considered the largest natural rock span? What's the name of the bridge?
Oh, the name of the bridge. See, it's
It's in Arches National Park. It's
yeah, but I don't.
Rainbow Bridge? No.
Wow, you nailed it.
Is it Rainbow Bridge?
You nailed it. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the national park, but
extra points if you know how wide or how high it is.
who cares?
Oh,
Okay. Do you know
I
what?
actually am gonna guess. It's like I would say like 30 to 40 feet wide, maybe.
Well, you didn't get that right, but that's all right. What's it made out of? What rock?
Oh,
Igneous.
it's like a sandstone. I thought
It's limestone,
limestone,
and
okay.
it's 309 feet high and 278 feet wide.
Oh, I was way off.
That's all right.
I've never
hey,
been there.
Hey, I'm surprised you got the bridge and the name, so I'm happy there. Okay, I'll give you a bonus question.
Is that this? Hey, Kingsley, is that the same one that's on the license plate, the Arches license plate?
Pretty
That's
sure.
what
Okay, I
the
like
Rainbow
that, yeah.
Bridge is?
Okay. Now
Or
this.
is it a different? Okay, it might be a different one.
No, I'm going to give you
We'll
one more
switch it.
bonus one since that other one was kind of questionable. Here we go. Number 11. True or false? Utah's annual rainfall ranges from 5 inches a year in the southern
Jeez,
Great
what
Salt
is it?
Lake Desert to more than 60 inches in the northern mountain ranges. True or false?
Wait, what?
It
I
ranges
would say that's true.
ranges from 5
Do they both
inches.
have to be true? Okay.
5 inches in the southern Great Salt Lake Desert to more than 60 inches in the northern mountain ranges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
that's
say
true. Yeah,
that's
because
true.
we do have a desert area and we do have like mountain areas. Yeah, I'd probably say true.
That's true.
That is true. Wow. I all I know is it's on my list now of future vacation places because that sounds like
Oh,
a
totally.
cool ass place.
Hey, well, we'd host you. I know a great couple of restaurants. I just took Elmer
Oh.
Fudd and his wife to last week.
Yeah, we
you
just
know,
met with them.
I got to get talking with the wife because she's itching for a vacation. I mean, I think we
Come
all
out.
I think we all are, but yeah, definitely. All right, now let's resume our interview, Hazel. What do you say?
That was fun.
All right, continue.
All right.
Time in.
Yes. All right. So, are you both watching any shows together? Or playing any games together?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to take it, Stace?
Yeah. The answer is yes, we are. Do you want to know which shows?
yes.
Sure.
Let's just move on. Yep.
Moving on. So I have never seen either the old or the new version of Battlestar Galactica, and so we started watching the new version a couple weeks ago. We're into season 2, and it's
so good.
been really fun.
It's so
It's been
good.
really fun to watch it together.
It's a great.
Nice.
The remake is so much better.
Oh yeah, I agree too for multiple reasons. There's Battlestar. If you haven't seen it, Hazel, has some very small elements of Lost. I mean, Lost is 30 billion times more intricate and confusing and fun to follow, but Battlestar definitely has some small elements like that.
It's
too.
just well written. The stories are really well written. Everything is really good in it.
Yeah, I started it. I got into season 3, but I think I binged watched it. So I would watch like maybe like 6-7 episodes a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then I got to season 3 and I just kind of got burnt out because they were on like some jungle island and some other stuff was going on. I had no idea. But I do have the box set like right next to me right now. So yeah, I definitely am planning on going back and watching it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Any other shows you guys are watching together or games?
Yeah, or games.
What did we do before Battlestar? I feel like was it Lost or?
It's been a while.
We'll occasionally watch shows together, and they're like big, compilations
So
usually.
here's the thing. I watch TV a lot faster than Kingsley because when he's playing Destiny every night, I'm usually binging
Right.
my shows at night.
I so know what you're talking about. Yep.
With that said, usually like I can't wait for him. So if there's a show I really want to watch, I just watch it because waiting for him is so slow. So I don't remember the last show. I know we've watched in the past year, we've watched Lost. We also watched Fringe.
Nice.
Fringe was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's been any other shows. Better Call Saul.
Oh,
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Yeah, past couple
fantastic.
years we've done. But really, like, to be completely fair, I will go through shows way faster than him. So
Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, and as far as gaming, I mean, there's times where we'll play Destiny together, but even recently, we don't too much, but even recently we had a Destiny 1 raid night, and Stacy joined up for that. I don't know if we
Did
wanna
she?
Sure
Nice.
did.
talk about that. Yeah,
Nice.
we did Crota, and then we did Wrath of the Machine.
Oh, I'm so mad I wasn't able to make that.
That's a great raid.
Yeah.
okay, but outside of video games, we play board games occasionally with our son and our daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
And-
didn't even ask. Do you have 2 kids?
Well,
There's
they're his kids from a previous marriage, so
Okay.
they're my stepkids, but
Okay, I gotcha.
they're like my own.
How old are
Yeah.
they?
have 3. Youngest one is 11, and then Tennyson is 15. Tennyson. The reason why I mentioned his name is because he's played raids with us before. Sometimes he
Okay.
hasn't for a while.
Okay.
And then my oldest is 16, almost 17, and she's going to be starting college next year. She's graduated high school a year early, and so we're kind of getting that all figured out. My son lives with me full time. He does better with Stacy and me, and then my 2 daughters live with their mom full time. But we see them
Okay.
all the time. It's all amicable and fun, just swapping
Very
back
cool.
and forth. So
Very cool.
We play. Have you guys played Killer Bunnies before?
I haven't done that one.
No.
it's a fun
That's
board
a
game.
that's
Yeah.
a really fun game. We play Killer Bunnies or Ticket to Ride.
Oh, yeah.
Those are some of our favorites.
Very
So-
cool. All right. Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to kind of dabble into our signature questions here for Startien. What was your earliest moment in gaming? When did you first learn about games? Video games, I'm specifically.
Video games.
Yes.
Okay, so I grew up with 4 older brothers. I have 4 older brothers and 1 older sister, and my brothers. I remember the original NES and came out 1985. So I remember playing that when I was maybe 4 or 5. Super Mario 1, 2, and 3. Zelda. Yeah. There was a Barbie game. Oh my gosh, guys. There was a Barbie game.
My daughter played it. I know the game you're talking about.
You know the one. And like she is so tall, she takes up the entire screen, and then when you jump, it's almost like her head leaves the screen. That game was epic. I loved that game. But Super Mario 2 is probably my favorite game growing up. Still is probably my favorite video game from original NES. And I think I think I played it in the early 90s. That was my first memory of video gaming, just playing down in my brother's room with him watching me and getting frustrated that I was dying all the time. Ooh, Contra too. Do you guys remember Contra?
Oh, do I ever?
Oh, yeah.
Up,
first-
down, left, right, BA, select, start. Yeah.
First shooter. Yep. Well, I mean, Space Invaders, of course.
I cannot pass that game off without doing the cheat because 3 lives just isn't enough. I'm not good at that game at all.
No.
Yes. definitely. And sometimes 30 lives isn't even enough either.
Exactly.
So, it's funny you say that about Super Mario 2 because my wife claims that she beat it. And I just don't want to believe it because I don't want to believe that anybody ever liked that game. It was just so different.
No, it was so good. That's why it was so good. It was way better.
I have different opinions.
He likes Super Mario 3 better, but 2 was so fun.
The classic one.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, is that the reason why I liked 2 is because you can start it, and in 2 hours, without warping, you can have the game passed off. You can't do that with 1 and 3 because they're more, I don't know if it's complexity or like World 8 is impossible on those. I'm sorry. It's just too much.
Plus we would always warp
intensity.
once we got used to it. So if you couldn't warp, it would take a while.
There are boards I've never even seen.
Me neither.
In there.
Yeah.
I really never liked getting past like World 5 on Super Mario 1. There's maybe 6 was okay, but 7 and 8 were stupid.
I'm gonna have to like load up that on the Switch and play that.
I was just thinking that
see those other worlds. You're a damn liar, Gatr.
No. I bought a Switch for my wife for Christmas, and I've been trying to load some games in there, and I think that's going to be the one I'm going to load because we both can relate to that game.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, the Switch actually has has a lot of other games that you can play all at the same time, basically.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, how did you find Destiny, Startien? I'm guessing I know how, but
we had been married for 4 months, and so we got married in December, and the Christmas, right? We got married the end of December, so right after Christmas. And for Christmas that year, I gifted Kingsleymac Destiny. Was it King's Fall?
Yeah, just Christmas after King's Fall came out.
Yeah, so he got King's Fall for Christmas. He didn't play it for like 2 months, so he started playing it in like February of 2016. A couple months later, he was like, he kept talking about it. It's like, Stacy is my name. He's like, Stacy, you got to play this. It's so cool. So I played on his account, and after I got over the initial terrifying sounds and spooky jump scares from the first couple levels, or the first couple campaigns, I was like, yeah, this is really awesome. And so we spent the money that we got for our wedding on a second PlayStation so we could play together.
Nice. I like that.
And so, yeah, we played, and then Destiny 2 came out, and I kind of just got busier with home life and work life. So I haven't been on D2 as much as I was in D1. But
Sure. Well, is there when thinking back to all the Destiny you've played, is there a moment that you can remember that you'll never forget? Kind of a gaming moment?
Oh,
and if it's something belittling Kingsley, that's a bonus.
I
take all the time you need.
I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like, I just remember my first impression of the game. So you're in this, you're on. I don't even remember at the time. You're in the Cosmodrome, right? And you're going through these old cars, and you have a ghost talking to you, and you're trying to find a weapon, and there's these creepy sounds. You're going through an old building that looks haunted, but it's really just abandoned. And it was terrifying. Like, I get scared easy, I guess. And I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'll never forget my first impression, though. It was just really scary. I thought it was I
think I remember some of those.
I thought it was like a zombie game or something. It was like, what is going on? Why am I getting like freaked out by these? Funny enough, I played Halo, and I don't remember the same feelings with Halo. So
yeah. It looked different. I think it was just the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flood never really. I mean, they weren't really too scary.
Yeah.
So,
agreed. As far as belittling Kingsley, I mean, I know that I'm a better player with him, especially if I gave as many hours into the game.
Wow.
So I'm just going to say that if we both spent the exact same amount of hours, I would waste him in all aspects.
So you would be, in other words, you would be
Fantastic.
Sherpaing him in raids, and not the vice versa.
Well, maybe she wouldn't have the interest as much as me, but she would be better easily than me in PvP. Is kind of, I think, the point she's making too. Like,
Really?
younger, more flexible, like just with the gaming stuff. Like I'm noticing
Quicker
I'm slowing down a little bit
reflexes.
Oh,
in my
wow.
older age.
Wow.
He is so old too. Like I'm
Younger
just.
than Gatr.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. No. Can you say that again without us not laughing over it?
He is so old.
Okay, who's so old?
Kingsley.
I would just say Kingsley is so old.
Kingsley is so old.
Thank you.
You wanted a soundbite.
I wanted it. I was gonna get it.
I should have just mute.
okay,
I don't know.
He's not really. He's not really that old.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Hey, wait a minute.
He's not really that old.
I was just on
No,
his
but
show
seriously,
last
he
week,
looks
and he
healthy.
gave me a ton of shit, so I'm just throwing it back at him.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Des just dug in. Jeez.
He definitely robbed the cradle.
Okay.
Nice. Way to go, Kingsley.
That's a high five from us. So yeah, my wife is
Got my
5
hot
years.
wife.
My wife is 5 years younger than me, so I didn't.
No, we're
Yeah,
more
so-
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart
We're
man.
8.
That's not too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
No, it's really not.
once you get to a certain age, it doesn't even matter anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's
think
a
it's-
cougar,
I
so.
think it's just because I grew up with my older siblings. Like
Mhm.
I feel like I connected with him more than other guys that were my age because I grew up with the older siblings, and so I had like the same tastes in music as he did because of that and stuff.
Old person music.
Yeah, old person music.
It's the ice show.
Oh, don't start.
The ice show.
It's the ice show. All right. So, we'll open it up here for both of you again. So, do you guys have any hobbies other than gaming and watching movies and the outdoors and that kind of thing?
Ooh, other than those? I mean,
Kingsley made his hobbies into his career.
true.
So
Yeah.
Ah.
And so I guess I can a little bit fairly say, like, my job, very, very blessed there, and I love what I do. And I will spend time after hours, if I'm not gaming or whatever, doing research, geeking out on latest computer trends, researching what's going on, security and everything. It's definitely a hobby and a profession for me in a couple different aspects, with what I do with my work. So, and I guess, yeah, we talked about the outdoors. I always aspire to, I know it sounds silly, but be an explorer. Like, I love, whether I'm driving in the car and just finding like unique mountain roads, ones that are, barely suitable for a car, or I love researching like old roads that used to be in certain areas or old train tracks that are kind of dug up, but they used to go through certain areas, and just kind of like exploring the outside worlds. We're talking about personalities. I'm an introvert, but my other personality type is the sensing type versus the intuitive.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of pleasure out of visuals. So like when I go places, when I'm driving around, I really like to take it all in, like scan the horizon, like look at a lot of stuff. I'm not too introspective. I'm more just like looking what's out in the horizon, just
Sure.
get a lot of enjoyment from that.
Nice.
Stacy, what about you?
honestly, I'm kind of a Swiss Army knife. I have a ton of hobbies. I don't necessarily make time for them, but everything from being crafty, making candles or soaps or paper crafts, sewing, quilting, embroidery, art, painting, drawing, music. I play piano, I play violin, I play viola, and the ukulele.
Wait a minute, you play the viola? Have you heard of the band? I'll ask that later. Sorry.
And it's viola, not viola.
Oh, that's a name, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a saxophone player. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, I mean, I kind of just feel like if there's something I want to do, I just do it. The disadvantage of that is I don't really have, I wouldn't necessarily say that I have an expertise in any one thing.
That's a great though. It's great to be interested in a lot of different things. That means you're curious. I like that. Well, I have to ask this because Kingsley's been on our show before, and I don't know if everyone knows about Kingsley as much as we know about Kingsley, but he has a podcast, and it's called The Guardian Hub. It's kind of, I want to say it's like a sister podcast. We all kind of, I can't talk tonight. The Two Titans and a Hunter and the Guardian Hub podcast, we all kind of have our own big giant multi-tripod community that we all look for raids together with, and a lot of our members are intermingling in all the different Discords. I was just trying to catch up with you, Kingsley. How is the Guardian Hub doing? I know you just celebrated your 100th episode.
Yeah. We had some crazy guy on, Gatr.
Some dude, yeah.
Oh, was that RNG?
Probably.
Well, we had him on too recently. So
I know. Yeah, I heard that one. I just
Well, do you want to explain to everyone what your podcast is about, just in case they haven't heard?
In case anyone hasn't listened. Yeah, I mean, we, like you said, we're all kind of started around the same time, and this little community podcast. I know there's a bunch of Destiny podcasts out there, but ours is just, it started out as a way that we wanted to interview community members, mostly like small people, but we'll interview anyone. It really doesn't matter if someone has a suggestion, and get to know them, but really just talk about Destiny in depth, but not focus so much on we have a certain set of like, we're going to read the TWAB and this and that. We really kind of wanted to just talk about our opinions and wherever the conversation flows. So we'll have sometimes little topics of, okay, this is what's in the news this week, but how do we really feel about it? And kind of like deep dive into that. And just the history of it's started with Sin and me, and then we have Des Raven now also. And great guys where we just have a lot of experience in the game and just wanted to talk about Destiny and what's going on, because I guess let's put it this way. For how long I've been playing Destiny, and I've played even through the downtimes, through the times where a lot of people hate the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I still enjoyed the game enough. I think during Curse of Osiris was when I played the least. And even then it was probably worst case scenario, I logged in once every other week because there's like nothing going on too much, right? But we would still do raids, and I really liked the idea of just talking about the raids we're doing, talking about other things in the game that we're doing, and having this podcast just to chill. So that, I know it's kind of a weird explanation of
No, not at all.
the podcast, but it's just, it is what it is.
Say that you also started the podcast because you had been involved with
Other podcasts, a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Kind of got a taste for it.
Yeah. Well, you were involved with other podcasts, but they either weren't as consistent, or like you like the routine and the schedule of what you've created. And so I think for you, it was really important and really valuable to be able to have that consistency. And also I love that you really do just focus on Destiny, like other podcasts that you had been involved with previously. You didn't love that they went away from Destiny into other video games, because you didn't necessarily play too many other video games as consistently as you do Destiny.
That's a good point. And there's nothing wrong with those other podcasts, but for me, I wanted to have a podcast where we pretty much always talked about Destiny. Again, I've seen the game enough. I knew I could talk about Destiny every week, even during town times like Curse of Osiris. And if I could do that, then I know we would always have something to talk about each week.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's definitely one of the things that I like about your podcast is that, I mean, that you guys are in there all the time.
Yeah. And it's very off the cuff, unrehearsed, not too well scripted, like some of the people I know. And I like that. I like that you just go with the flow in the conversation, and that's the best part of podcasting, is just getting into a discussion and just rolling with it.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I noticed when I was on the show, you just kind of let things go. I was like, okay, let's get into it. I love that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I have to ask Startien.
Yes.
All right. I have to ask this correctly, because I've been criticized for going easy on a Senate Nomad last week. So I have to say it like this. What's up with the gamer tag?
Mine?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It comes from, like, I think it was probably my very first email account, like, in the late 90s.
Okay.
I was really into Dragon Ball Z, and one of the characters is named Tien, and I was like, STA, like, my name is Stacy, so STA, and then R, like ARM, my last name's Armstrong, so yeah, it was just kind of like a play on my own name plus the Dragon Ball Z character, which is super embarrassing, but yeah, I had the, I think it was like Startien at hotmail.com or whatever. So, I mean, it's like kind of embarrassing, but then so I just told you what my name was, but my original,
don't worry, I'll edit it out.
No, you're fine.
No, we're good.
I'm totally fine. My original PlayStation name was like, wasn't it Stacey Armstrong, Kingsley?
I
Really?
think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was just because when I created it, I didn't know, like, I wasn't playing Destiny when I created it, so I
So you
didn't
didn't
really
think of like a gamer tag.
Yeah.
per se,
Have
right?
you ever gotten hate mail?
No,
Hey,
'cause
Stacey
I don't
Armstrong.
have that email anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
I mean,
All right.
if somebody really wanted to find me, my life's not that interesting. So
Yeah, I know. I mean, come on. If anybody really wants to find you, they can find you on the internet. Anyway,
they'll find me. Yeah.
you know what, Startien? That sounded. You know what it reminded me of? The Last Starfighter for some reason. It sounded like a. I don't know. It sounded very familiar to me. I thought you were going to say something like that, but no, it's it's a cool name.
Dragon Ball Z, you know.
I like.
Gatr is very familiar with Dragon Ball Z, actually.
I didn't play Sega games.
Oh, God.
I didn't remember. I told you I didn't play Sega.
Play it on. I didn't game. I just watched it.
It's
Oh.
It's a show.
Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. I watched.
I don't know why
Scooby.
I set you up for that.
I
He's
wa-
like, I don't read books.
I watched
It just-
Scooby Doo. That was my.
rips my heart out.
No.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I knew the TN. I got that part and that. But the reason why I said that Startien was because Gatr was talking about the character. We have a question. It's like Goku or Vegeta.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
He read it as Goku or Vegeta.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Clap. Slow clap right now.
I
Slow clap.
don't know anything about Dragon Ball. Sorry. All right, Hazel. I think you have one more, and then I'll close us out.
Yeah, let's go with this.
All right.
All right. So, do you have a motto or mantra?
No.
Easy
Really?
enough.
I don't. I really don't. Be your best self. Be authentic. I don't know. You could
Okay.
do something super cheesy,
No,
but I don't really have anything.
You don't have to have one. No one says you have to.
fine.
That's good.
No.
I think that here's one. Okay. We're always okay. That's one.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're always okay, right? Like obviously everybody who's alive has 100% survival rate. And think about all the XP we have as individuals, and you know, we're always okay. We're always going to make it. We're always doing great.
Yeah, I used to have clients, older dudes that were, they would say, what you're going to realize as you get older is when you wake up in the morning, it's a win.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that poor guy, I won't get into it anyway.
Well, so here's something funny. So one of my coworkers, one of my coworkers, she's a year older than me, and she just had a birthday. And we also, there's somebody at the office, the receptionist, she's like 18, right? She's super young.
Mm-hmm.
She came up and she's like, "Oh, Emily, happy birthday. Congratulations." And I think she was just really awkward and didn't know what to say.
Oh my God.
And Emily and I were like, "Yeah, congratulations. We made it another year.
You
Like,
made
we're
it.
So happy.
You made it. 2 thumbs up.
Congratulations. You're alive."
All right. All right.
So yeah.
I'm
Kingsley, what about you?
yeah.
I don't know if I've said it before on the show. I mean, I never really had one either. And, you know, I started listening to your guys' show. I'm like, oh, I better come up with one. But my main one would just be golden rule. Just treat others how you'd want to be treated. You got to be fair. You know, if you don't want people to treat you crappy, you can't be treating them crappy.
Don't be a hypocrite. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, Gatr, real quick, you said one thing about that motto that the one guy said, that every day is a win.
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard it was that any day you can wipe your own ass is a win.
Well, yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Love that one.
That's actually pretty good, actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to close it out, and this is one of my favorite questions. And I know we kind of danced around this subject earlier, but this is for you, Startien, and this is for you to answer. What's one thing about you that none of us gamers know?
I don't know. I'm a pretty open book. Kingsley, what don't they know about me besides the dog
interesting
thing?
story. I don't know.
It could
in your life.
It can be something trivial. It doesn't have to be like a major event. It could be just a quirk.
I didn't know how to walk until I was 3.5. Which, if you've had kids, you know that's pretty late. The reason why is because I was born with feet that were not only turned inward towards each other, but I was trying to walk on the tops of my feet were underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't actually learn how to walk until I was 3.5. I've had, 3 surgeries to correct it. I have these super long scars across the where my arch is on my feet. And to me, growing up, because I've had those scars as long as I can remember. So to me, I always thought that your foot should have a scar there.
Right.
And I didn't realize that people didn't have scars there until I was in high school.
My sister had that problem. Back in the day, they didn't do surgery. They put you in baby booties that were on a bar that were tied together, and your feet would face outward.
Yep. Yeah, so that was a little bit after my time. By the time I had that, they tried putting my feet in cast, and then they did a surgery and put pins in my feet and casted them.
Wow.
And then they did that again.
Wow.
So I think by the time I actually was walking correctly on my own, I was closer to 4.
Okay.
But I do remember that as soon as I could walk, I was also riding scooters.
Yeah, you had an excuse to walk late. I mean, that's probably more common a problem than most people know. So
So there's a fun fact about me
that's
that
good.
I don't talk about a lot.
I like that.
Cool.
Well, hey, Kingsley, Startien, thanks for sharing your life with us. We appreciate it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hazel, I'm just dreading this next part. We have pending lawsuits, and we got to figure this out.
Challenges. Yeah.
All right. Speedrun is next. We'll be right back.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
Okay, listeners, this segment is called the Speedrun. This is where we have a database of over 250 randomly asked questions, and Startien and Kingsleymac will both have 90 seconds to answer as many as they can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answered will win a prize and the title of 2021 Speedrun Champion. The questions are randomly asked so no one can memorize the order, and just answer quickly whatever comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from the list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. Agent H is our current leader at 34. So that's what we're shooting for tonight, guys. And I have a feeling we're probably going to break that tonight because we have 2 very competitive people here tonight. And I don't know why, but I got to stretch. Hold on. I'm more nervous than you guys are. Now, I know we have pending lawsuits over this from last year, Kingsley, and I just want to pass this on that if you answer the questions honestly and not just repeat the last thing I said, I will ask the questions as soon as you answer. Fair enough?
Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't just answer the last one every single time.
That was going to
Back
be
and
my
listen to the
strategy.
I know. I'm just saying. No. Now the key to this is knowing more about you really quickly.
So okay. If I have to throw something in, since you bring that up, you do say answer them quickly, whatever comes to mind. So is it that, or is it answer them honestly?
Well, whatever. I mean, if it's an open-ended question,
hard time.
answer. Yeah, just answer the damn question. All right.
Honestly, I don't know if I'll do as good this year. So, but I'm
it's just for funsies. It really is.
Yeah.
My goal is that I just want to beat
Kingsley. I know. And that's going to make Kingsley tense up and really speed run through this.
I know.
So.
You did this purposely.
All right. I did. This was my creation. This is my mess. All right. Kingsley, you're going to go first since Startien hasn't done it before. And the questions structurally, just letting you know, are all identical structurally. So they're all going to be pretty even as far as time asked. So here we go. I really took my time on this. Let me get this set. Hazel, you ready?
Of course.
Am I ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Warlock.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Void.
What is your favorite Destiny planet?
Nessus.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Freelance solo Destiny strikes?
No.
Favorite cartoon, past or present?
Transformers.
Fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Tesla truck, yes or no?
No.
Extrovert or introvert?
Introvert.
What is your favorite restaurant?
Taco Bell.
Gatr or Hazel?
Hazel.
Number 1 or number 2?
2.
Do aliens exist?
No.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Jorts or moist?
Jorts.
If you were to lose one ability, would it be to speak or to read?
To speak.
Time travel or teleportation?
Time travel.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Retail.
Northeast U.S. or Northwest U.S.?
Northwest.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Arms.
Spock or Data?
Spock.
GIF or GIF files?
Definitely GIF.
Bubble or well?
Bubble.
Describe yourself in one word.
Awesome.
Anna Bray or Ada 1?
Anna Bray.
Is chili soup?
Sure.
Candy bars or chocolate bars?
Chocolate bars.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
Oatmeal.
Apple or cherry pie?
Cherry.
Would you prefer snow or rain?
Rain.
Who's your favorite Bray, Elizabeth or Anastasia?
Anna.
Earth, wind, or fire or air?
Air.
Time.
Whew. Don't say a damn thing.
Slower that time.
Don't say a damn thing, Hazel. Start
I'm
10.
so scared.
Start 10.
So scared. Hang on. Oh,
You know what? I got a whole separate sheet for you. I got a whole separate sheet of your
for
questions.
the love.
Let me
Get
pull the.
some
Sorry,
water.
State. I'm kind of used to I mean, I've heard it a lot, so I know.
No.
Do you guys ever listen to Wait, Don't Tell Me? It's a news podcast from
No.
NPR.
Nuh-uh.
They do something similar, but with political questions or with news questions, I
God.
should say, not political. And I always think that I would do really well, but now that I'm here doing something similar, like my heart is racing.
Well, okay, I will say this. Since you don't play a ton of Destiny, I kind of went Destiny light on you. Okay?
Oh, thanks.
So I want to make it fair. Okay.
Because I'm a what, plum? Is that what they call pleb?
Pleb. That's Kingsley's favorite word, yes.
You had
All
to
right.
tell me what it meant. Okay,
yeah.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Ready, Hazel?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
Horror movies, yes or no?
No.
What's your lucky number?
13.
If you had more time, what would you do with it?
Read.
Garth Brooks or Led Zeppelin?
Neither.
Is racing a sport?
Yes.
Water balloon fight or food fight?
Food fight.
Would you rather be famous or unknown?
Unknown.
Have you ever been camping?
Yes.
Extrovert or introvert?
Introvert.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Chili's.
Sin or Kingsley?
Spin.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Do you like black licorice?
No.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
What's better, the book or the movie?
The movie.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Retail.
Southwest U.S. or Southeast U.S.?
Southwest.
What is your spirit animal?
Dog.
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
GIF or GIF files?
GIF.
Are you ticklish?
Yes.
Describe yourself in one word.
Incredible.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel?
Toaster strudel.
What color is your toothbrush?
Blue.
If you could live in any decade, which would it be?
70s.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Simpsons or South Park?
Simpsons.
Earth, fire, water, or air?
Water.
Roller coasters or carousel?
Carousel.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Vader or Yoda?
Vader.
Lefty or righty?
Righty.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yes.
I'm glad
Awesome.
I almost ran out of questions. That is scary. I had 2 questions left.
I was holding my breath. I'm like,
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Let's start with Kingsley, Hazel. What's he got?
35.
So that beats.
Whoa!
He's the new leader.
Good job.
He's the
Yep.
new leader.
He's the new leader.
New leader. Sorry, Agent H. Kingsley is now the new leader of the speedrun. All right.
Congratulations.
Am I or did Steve?
Now, what did Startien get, Hazel?
Well, Kingsley, I hope you enjoyed being the leader for that brief 90 seconds, because Stacy is the new leader with 39.
Oh my!
Oh my gosh, that's what I thought.
You see why I gave you the status for like 10 seconds, right? I wanted to make you did earn
All the
it.
people
You
that
did
could
earn
beat
it.
me.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be okay with that, I guess.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hey, I'm happy I was the leader for
10
that short
seconds.
amount of time.
Guys, I was so nervous. My heart was racing.
Now,
You did awesome.
Kingsley, was I consistent on all the questions?
Hey, no, to be 100% fair, you did a really good job this time reading it. So
you.
I guess our lawsuit can be officially closed. I won't bring it up ever again.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you did great.
What do you-
But here's the thing. I was actually trying to... I was a little worried, like you weren't even believing my answers, so I was trying to answer them like in a convincing way.
Oh no, I didn't get in your head. I'm
Aw.
sorry, man. I didn't mean.
No,
to get
it's
in your
fine. I'm totally happy. I'm happy that I still got 35. That was a good
Yes.
goal for me,
Yeah.
and I could have gone faster, but I just kind of was trying to be lightly funny in there too. At
Wow.
times, so, yeah.
Well, you know
So-
what though? As far as the gaming community, you're the leader so far. But I'm sorry, Stacy.
Gator,
You've nailed it.
just out of curiosity, what were the last 2 questions?
Winter or Summer Olympics? Actually, I only had one
Summer.
question left. I only had one question
Summer.
left.
Ooh,
I had 40 questions drawn up for each of you.
wow, you're gonna have
Wow.
to make
And
those lists longer just
I
in
don't-
case people keep going more.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to. I mean, my God, I spent 30 minutes. I spent an hour. I spent an hour on these last night. I had to make sure they were pretty fair. So good.
Yeah.
Hey, that was fun though, guys.
That was a lot of fun.
Thanks for doing
that
that.
again.
Thanks for doing that.
I'm just really happy that I beat Kingsley. Even if we hadn't beat the record, I
Old age.
was just really happy.
All right,
I can now use that against him later.
Stacy's out. She dropped the mic. See you guys, suckers. No, good job. Really good. Really good. That's going to be tough to beat. Startien. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
People
I
get
talk really fast. I told you.
really good though as the year goes on. I found our scores have crept up over the last year, and I'm curious to see what it does this year as more people start hearing more of the questions. Kingsley has a little bit of less a benefit that he did last year because he heard most of the questions. This year he didn't hear as many, so he couldn't prepare as easily. So, well, good deal, guys. That was fun. Thanks for doing that. All right, I think it's time for This Week at Bungie. All right, This Week at Bungie, week 4 of Season of the Chosen. Hazel, what we got, man?
All right. So, for This Week at Bungie, they start off with a nice little note here about welcome to the TWAB. I just like this note, so that's the reason why I mention it. It's if this is your first time reading one of these, welcome and thank you for taking the time. So, I like that. Okay, so they did a tech blog. I don't know if anybody noticed this, because I never saw this anywhere, but this is basically them talking about the case of the missing rewards. And then they kind of go into detail about how they find bugs and squash them and going from there. So I don't know if any of you read that, but
I haven't yet. I'm surprised Kingsley hasn't.
Well, I didn't say it, did it? But no, no, I actually haven't, to be honest. I skimmed through it. It's pretty long. I've been meaning to read it in more detail. Side note, Gatr or whoever manages the Discord, Charlemagne has a new command to auto post these now too, because they're not included in the main site. So you have to do a command to include these, but these are new, of course, so you haven't really missed much yet.
All right, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to
it was really interesting.
Remind me how to do it. I'm an old guy.
No worries.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
He'll bill you later.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will.
I'll bill you later.
I haven't paid his last bill. What are you talking about?
Oh, is that what's outstanding?
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
So that was interesting. Basically, it kind of goes into a really in-depth look to find out how Bungie finds bugs, squashes them, and tests them to make sure that they aren't bugs anymore. Next, Bungie is aware, spoiler alert, about the 12-man raids that everybody is doing right now. So they are going to let us have our fun for a while. It's not high on their list of priorities, unlike trials. So they are leaving that out there, but they're planning a fix before March 16th. So we got about 2 weeks-ish for that. And so if anybody wants to do a 12-man raid, make sure to get that in. Have either of you done one of those?
No, believe it or not. I mean, the hardest part's going to be getting a group together. We're actually trying to get one even just earlier this evening. We're starting to schedule one. I think there's 6 or so people so far. Of course, you don't have to have 12. I guess you could have 7 through 11 even and still get some benefit. But I'm interested to try it out. I'm not like super like giddy like some people. I feel like in a way it's maybe try it once. Yeah, that was fun. Did that. But it's not going to be like anything earth changing. It's in fact, I was even writing that in some raids, it could even be harder because you just got to deal with management of where everyone's standing. Like think about the end of Garden of Salvation and, you can get tethered in those.
Oh God.
If you're on the wrong side and people are always yelling, no, get away. We're trying to tether box. Well, if you have 12 people in there, where's everyone going to stand? So they're out of the way,
I'm going to second that and just say like, I mean, I know I don't play a ton, but one of the things that I have a hard time with when I do raid is that everybody talks over everybody at once in the party. And so like if you're trying to explain something and you're going to have so many different side conversations and side things happening that it's going to be hard to communicate, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was just thinking, sorry, I have myself muted. I think we'd be tripping over each other because some of these rooms are pretty small. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm down to try it. I think it'll be fun in some aspects. It's just hard to say. And then I hear it's actually a little trickier than people are expecting. You got to get the timing down perfectly. Mm-hmm. And I hear it's easier to do on PC. There's even macros that people have set up. But I heard of some groups, it took them hours before they even got a connection because you really have to get that second group join the first group at exactly, I think, 1 second before the first group hits down to the raid.
Yeah, and then you
have to have 2 people that are like the 2 leaders of the groups have to be relatively close to each other in proximity.
Yeah, I was going to say latency is probably an issue too.
Having like a metronome stace would actually probably help because I hear it's really important to have the timing perfect when they join. So it's interesting. I think we might try it next week, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think
for real, a metronome would be so annoying. Don't do that.
No, just to join up in the first place, and then you'll shut it off.
6-4 time, go.
Coming from your musician friend, just don't do it. Just don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I think with Deepstone Crypto, I think it'd be all right because I think enough people know that you really don't need to communicate.
We do chaos mode anyway. What's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Yeah. I did an LFG raid maybe a week or 2 ago, and it was like straight up LFG. I didn't know these people. They didn't know me. They didn't even know each other. And we got to basically the descent part. And I was like, hey, well, how do you guys typically run this? And everybody's like, we usually just do chaos. And I was like, oh, great. I'm on board. I know what to do. So it's something widespread apparently. All right, so moving on in the TWAB here. So for International Women's Day, Bungie is releasing a new pin, which is going to include a new emblem with it. And just for anyone interested, all the proceeds are going to go to the AnitaB.org website and that foundation, which is set up to get more women involved in tech and that avenue there. So it's a pretty admirable thing. I watched a little video about AnitaB.org, and it's kind of shocking at how few women are in the technical fields.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. I see that every day.
Can I just make a quick comment?
Of course.
I, as a woman, am just going to say that that's awesome. And I love all of the philanthropic, I can't talk. The good things that Bungie does. I love it. I think it's wonderful. And, but I am sorry to say, as a graphic designer, the designer or designers who created that emblem, it was terrible.
I'm just curious. What is it supposed to represent? Is it supposed to be a symbol for something, or? I mean, it's okay.
No, it's It's not even okay. It's awful.
It's like they slapped it together really quick. Sorry,
yeah.
Bungie.
It's like, oh well, I guess we have International Women's Day coming up. Let's throw something together, and they probably put all of their planning on the actual organization and the proceeds and all that are going towards that. But they just threw away threw the emblem together during a lunch break, and it looks terrible.
The opinions spoken in our podcast are not the personal opinions of our show, Bungie.
Bungie,
sorry,
this is a graphic designer.
Okay, so to be fair, I could have done better, and maybe I need to send my portfolio to Bungie and say, hire me.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. Kingsley's not saying anything, so I think silence is consent. So you're good.
There you go.
We've talked about it because I consistently look up. Sorry to my job here, but I do consistently look up jobs in the Pacific Northwest, and I have looked at Bungie many times. But
nice.
Yeah, I am terrified to actually send them my portfolio.
Nah, don't be. They're hiring a lot more people.
Yeah,
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, they are.
Well. Are they going to pay for me to move?
I don't know. Maybe
if you.
So Bungie, if you are hearing this,
don't worry.
You gotta get a better. You gotta get a better team to put together your last minute emblems.
Oh no!
Hire me, even as a freelancer. Hire me as your freelancer. I'll do it.
There it is.
Nice. I like it. I think the challenge has been laid down. So it's like, I want to see DMG go, all right, I listened to their podcast once. I heard this, we'll give you one shot.
All right.
I'd like to see that.
That would be awesome.
Yep. All right. So next is Nothing Personal, Kid. So with this, this is about basically all the enemies that we see that are occasionally warping. This happened to me with one of the bosses in the Hawkmoon mission. They warped right next to me and sent me flying right into a wall. It was great.
How about the how about the boss with the at the end of the Glycon mission and the ship that just teleported and right on me and blew me up? Has that happened to you yet?
Yep, I've had that too. Yeah.
See, I was going to ask. I don't feel like I get this as often. Now, to be fair, I've seen it a few occasional times, but how often do you guys get it? I wonder if I'm just lucky or
it's more prevalent.
Huh.
I'm definitely noticing it. Much. It used to be a PC thing, but now I'm seeing it on the PS5, and I'm like, this is not normal. I mean, because you'll be shooting something, and then all of a sudden it'll be right in front of you, and I'm not used to seeing that
beside you.
Yeah, smacking.
Yeah, it happened so much with the Glycon mission that I wasn't sure if it was like a mechanic that they built in.
Right.
So yeah, it was kind of eye-opening to see that, and then to see them address it here was like, oh hey, that's not built in. Okay, neat. But they do have a fix, sort of a fix for it. Part of it, it's going to be going in at the end of this season, and that's exactly what they're doing. A new engine. They're finally doing it.
I told you guys.
See, this is proof that Gatr doesn't read the TWAB.
Did I play along? Did I play along good there?
You did.
Okay.
All right. So be on the lookout for a patch later, later this month, that's going to help enhance that. So, or limit the randomness of that shit. So, aside from that, Deepstone deep dives. So I actually watched this. This was pretty cool. It was great to see them talk about the Deepstone crypt in depth. And it kind of, I don't know why. I hate watching these videos because I see the blood, sweat, and tears that people put into this stuff, and I just run right past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I wonder too if like I watched it a little bit, but I was actually pretty busy with work at the moment when that was live, so I got to go back and watch it again. But I feel bad too about they're like, okay, and this is the guy that designed the Sparrow encounter. I'm wondering if like all the community is like, oh, wait, that encounter it's stupid or something, and then he's like, oh no, everyone hates my encounter. Hopefully they're not reading the chat or whatever, but
Yeah.
kind of similar to what you're saying. Like, yeah, people either zoom past things and don't notice it or don't like certain encounters. But when they put this out, then I try to appreciate it more because people put a lot of effort into all these areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the big statue in like after you do like the first encounter, the security mission, apparently that statue is breathing, apparently.
I can verify. I stood under it last night. And,
like it moves, you hear noises.
Yes,
you
yes,
hear whispers,
you do.
But not the whispers though, but it actually is breathing.
Yeah. The robes they're like in the wind. They're like moving. Even though it's a statue, it's still kind of, you can just see the subtle movements of the robe.
Mm-hmm. It's not just the robe, but it's actually like, I guess like it's actually breathing. Like you can see it like moving up and down.
Oh yeah.
Breathing.
Yeah, that too. And the whispers, definitely. I can hear those too. I watched it, and the raid, you can tell these guys really knew the raid well. They must have played it a ton because they were just breezing through it. But we were talking about this last night, Kingsley. I said, we were wondering, did they do the 4-ball strat on Taniks? Or did they do a 2-ball strat? And I got to go back and look now because I don't remember.
I think they did the 2-ball.
Did they? They did it the way as opposed probably intended, yeah. Okay.
Well, I think they also did it so they could lengthen the episode and lengthen the show.
Can I just say this? This is going to be a really bad thing to say, but I really miss Deej doing these. I miss his beautiful voice and his kind of his awkward streaming tendencies, but it just wasn't the same without his voice. I'm sorry, whoever was hosting this. No offense, but
Nigel. Yeah,
I really miss Deej doing these because I guess it's just nostalgia for me. I've seen all their streams in the past, and I got a little nostalgic, I guess.
Yeah, where is he these days? Microsoft?
No, he's not. He's with another gaming studio.
Okay.
I was just off by a few 100 miles.
A few zeros.
100 miles, yeah.
Or a few $1 million or billion.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. So next is Don't Boo, Vote. So Bungie is giving us the opportunity to vote on the Festival of the Lost gear that they're going to be releasing through Eververse. So the first set is going to be the movie monster set, which is going to be like the creature from the Black Lagoon, looks like Godzilla, and some fucking I don't know, who the fuck is that?
Oh, a Cyclops guy, right, with the one eye and the horn.
Yeah, the Cyclops. Yeah, but I mean, like
from where, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I really dig the monster, the monster from the Deep Lagoon. I love that look on the Warlock, but the other two are kind of
meh. It's okay because they're not going to win. So the one that's going to be the winner is actually the next group, which is Dinosaurs.
Oh my god, a T-Rex. I love it.
I know.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so you guys got to see this stuff. This is fantastic art. The Titan is going to be the like a T-Rex. What is that? The Triceratops for the Warlock.
Yes.
And then the Hunter is going to be a Raptor.
Yes, so, it looks good.
Yeah, the Raptor looks fantastic. The T-Rex looks fantastic.
It's even got the on the Hunter Raptor boots. It's even got that top claw that ticks down in the movies. That's so cool.
Yeah, I have a couple comments on this. I do think the dinosaur one will win also, just based on what I'm seeing in the community so far. I actually voted for the monster one, and maybe it was because I really like the warlock set.
Yes.
It reminds me almost like the Crota set from D1.
Well, Crota mixed with the Wrath.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I know people love dinosaurs, but I feel like this doesn't fit Destiny at all. It almost makes it look like kiddish or like Transformers or something, but
that's
whatever.
why it's for Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like a
but
I'm team dinosaur, just throwing that out there.
But the other quick thing I was going to say is this is really interesting that they're bringing this out so far ahead of time. And this makes me think that there's some good news for Festival of Lost this year, and it'll finally be something different than what we've been getting all the previous years.
Yeah. That's a nice hope. I'd appreciate that.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that, I mean, that movie Monster set, it looked okay, but I think that, I mean, you can't really tell exactly what the hunter is, and you can't, I mean, the Titan just looks goofy, goofier than usual. So.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah. Although I do feel bad for the warlocks. I mean, that Stegos or that Triceratops just does not.
It doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look.
It looks like the bones of a Triceratops. I like it.
It does not look nearly as cool as the other.
No, I agree. It doesn't.
Yeah. So feel free to submit your votes for the dinosaur so that we can win, and that'll be done on March 8th. So you've got a couple days yet after this drops to go ahead and get that done by 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You kind of just
they need their designers to work on it all the way till.
I was just going to say that. Can I just say something? This just goes and shows you how long it takes for them to design gear. They need this much of a head start.
Not emblems, though. No, just kidding.
Well, I won't get into that, but as far as the armor,
I do feel a little bad now that I said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be fun.
But there's some really amazing emblems, and that just wasn't one of them.
Well, your opinion's qualified because that's your profession. So, yeah,
we'll allow it.
Yep. All right.
I'm really not a horrible human, I promise.
No, it didn't come over that way at all. You're just that's your professional opinion.
Yep. No, that's Kingsley's job.
Yeah. Hey gang, just a quick reminder. We now have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you to be a part of it.
If you're looking to find a clan, now would be a great time to jump in and get to know some of these people that you've heard on the show. And we're not hardcore, so you don't have to worry about, us slave driving you to do raids and shit like that. Enjoying your time is basically all that we ask.
So, if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under our channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan, where you can find a link. Otherwise, look for Guardian Downcast or DOWN is our call sign.
We do ask that you join our Discord first, so that way we can communicate clan nights and things along those lines. And aside from that, you can lurk all you like.
Thanks very much, gang. What else? Right. What else we got, Hazel?
Yep. So we have Prime Gaming. So they're doing Amazon Prime again and free loot, which isn't anything good. So moving on. Aside from that, some shit got fixed, some shit's broken, videos, art. There you go. All right. So one thing.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking 2 Titans and a Hunter is going to dissect this. We aren't. So.
Because nobody cares. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Love you guys. No. All right. So. Okay, the other thing that I mentioned there was about Trials. So Trials is being canceled postponed indefinitely right now. So I don't know who all knows about this yet, but apparently, I don't know who's really to blame, but a lot of people are blaming Wish You Luck for this.
Why Wish?
Or not Wish You Luck. I'm sorry, not Wish You Luck. I'm sorry, Lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lucky. So a lot of people are blaming him for this, where basically you can throw on your Haka emblem, and then people who are in the know are basically doing like a little raffle. So you get 6 people that all have the Haka emblem, and you go into Trials. You do a random number generator, And if your number gets picked, congratulations, you get a flawless that week or that game. And then the other team, they switch to their alts, they jump off the cliff, and the other team gets the win.
I'm just trying to figure out how the hell they figured this out.
Who, Bungie or
No, the community. I mean, Haka emblems. I haven't put that emblem on forever.
That's why. What's real funny though is that Haka emblem, if you look at it, is actually like the number 2 emblem that's being used in all of Destiny.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet.
So I'm trying to understand this a little bit more. I thought it was like an actual glitch in the game, but is it? Or I thought it was just you're putting on the emblem and you're agreeing to this behind the scenes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's nothing to do with. So was it Lucky that came up with the idea originally, do you think? Or
that's what people are saying.
Wait a minute. This isn't a glitch? It's actually, this was community creation. Really?
Yes.
People are just, it's like vote trade. People are just agreeing to
that is crazy.
Win or lose.
Yep. Exactly.
I was just, here's the thing. I'm not to interrupt. I'm sorry, Hazel. I'm just trying to figure out why this is indefinitely. Now I know why. I'm saying no. This is a bug they can fix. I mean, why can't they fix? Oh, it's not a bug.
I have opinions. I'm sure we all have opinions. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hazel. You were gonna say something.
No. But that's. I don't know. That's the issue that they've made.
Wow, that is crazy.
But the reason why Bungie noticed it though is because they had so many people go flawless, and they had zero kills.
Yeah, yep. I heard about that.
Exactly.
Well, that just goes to say how terrible this game mode is that people have to revert to win trading. I mean, it's that painful to get flawless that people are desperate enough to do this. I mean, that's come on. They're overhauling it. They've already told us they're overhauling it. So maybe they're just going to say, "Hey, we're not going to overhaul. We'll start it up when we get it overhauled," which will be what, 15, 14, season 14. Shit, I'm trying to remember now.
Season 14. It's season 14, but it's. But still, though, I mean, they have to do something.
Well, I mean how do you fix that? You just know way you can fix that. What are you gonna?
Surprised it took this long to get it figured out.
What are you gonna dismantle banners in trials? What else are you gonna dismantle? You know, they're already dismantling swords that don't have ammo, and they're dismantling emotes in trials or competitive modes. So how do you fix this? I agree. It's just really a tough spot.
Well, you fix it by making the game mode more accessible to everyone.
That everyone wants to play.
Yeah,
right.
Probably. Yeah. Oh man, this is so tough. I mean, in some ways, I feel like they should just let this be the Wild West shit show, whatever, all the above, while they're trying to figure this out. It's not really going to make it any worse, right? Still let people play the game. This isn't a technical bug. It's a logistical issue. I understand in theory why they want to stop it and they took it away. And I'm not really opposed to that either. I'm kind of on the fence, but this is so hard because in some ways, who cares if people are voluntarily losing? Like I jumped off the map once. I went across teams that did. This is just a larger version of this in a way, of people agreeing to lose so that other people can win and then trading down the road. It's like in some ways, because we don't have skill-based matchmaking right now, and of course this will be my next topic, this helps because the more people in the game, even if they're willing to just lose, that's kind of the whole point of this connection-based matchmaking. Is the idea is you'll come across teams eventually that you can win against, because it's supposed to be random, right? Connection-based, but you got to have a lot of population for that to work well.
Exactly.
And now we may actually get more population. I still think, I guess back to my point, is they should just let this fully play out to look at the stats and see where it ends, even if it gets worse. And if the population goes way up, that's something to kind of take some data and see what they can do about it. Now, ultimately, they may just, again, need to fix this, and there's rumblings that they may go back to skill-based matchmaking, and that may be the long-term answer. You know, we've kind of been hinting to that, like, we need to have skill-based matchmaking. So those are just my thoughts on it. I'm not really like, I'm slightly more on the side, yeah, they probably shouldn't have taken it away.
Well, I mean, I think the reason why they're doing it is because of the people that, like, say I joined up and I don't know what the hell's going on. I see like 5 people with a Haka emblem, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's neat. And I'm running around trying to get kills, and all of a sudden everyone else I'm with just jumps off.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then you get that with, I mean, maybe 2 people.
But it's not match made right now. So, oh, you mean from the other team, though? They're jumping off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you go against a bunch of randoms and you're like, okay, well, you know, what do they do? Do they, you know, you're not playing against people with a Haka emblem. So.
Yeah, I think Astacross talked about this topic, and I was watching his latest video on it. And I have to agree with him, man. He's like, you know, this is ingenuity of the community, and good for them. And Bungie, you need to make the game more enticing for people to want to actually play it. I mean, if people are having, like I said, if they're reverting to having to use emblems to communicate to other teams, then, I mean, how bad is it, you know, that you have to do it that way? I don't know. I'm kind of mixed like Kingsley, but I mean, I'm just amazed that someone thought of this. I mean, just, it's very, very smart, actually.
I'm surprised it took this long to come up with it.
You really do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took this long too. And I hate to be like the pessimist, but I don't think they can do anything to make it more.
Right.
I think we're in a lose-lose situation in some aspects. And what can they do? I mean, I guess if we go back to skill-based matchmaking, that might help some people get into it. But other than that, I don't think there's really anything you can do. In some ways, it made me more interested in the game with this system of having 10 losses. I can get the weapon. That's the only thing that brought me into it.
Me too.
Browsing, I tried some. I didn't jump off the map every single time, but
yeah, I came with you. We did it together.
Weapon, yeah, you did. By my third one of the week, I was kind of like, this is getting boring, and I don't want to do this for an hour again. So I started jumping off the map a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Loot grind can only take you so far. You have to have at least some entertainment from it to continue to do it.
You need to have people singing and dancing on the side.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. It's a game. Well, it's entertainment. But if
what can I
don't know. You know, I don't know, man. You know what I think the problem is, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. And I'm sure I'm going to get some shit over this. Is once they've made a business out of this game type, where people are willing to pay $50 for someone to go sign into your account and go get the guns for you, so they're waiting for you nice and shiny on Monday morning. It's cheapened the game. This is what I was referring to earlier. It just cheapens the game. And, there's been several content creators that have come out saying, I think recovs are fine. And, I like I said, and I've stated my opinion on people's videos on this topic as well. It just doesn't mean the same. The gun, it cheapens the value of the gun when you didn't earn it and when you didn't get it yourself and enjoy the process trying to get it. That's just me. I know some people just like, give me the damn gun or give me the armor.
I also feel like that's a minority problem right now. I don't even know if that's the biggest issue compared to everything else going on.
I mean, that just
recovs are like over 50% of the people in.
Well, it's like a Senate Nomad said last week. It's more visible because there's nobody playing the game right now, the game mode. So it's not like they're going to lose a ton of players because there were only 30,000, playing last weekend or a couple weekends ago. I mean, it was pretty low. So I don't know. This is a quandary. I don't know how they're going to fix this. And is this going to be the death of Trials? I don't know.
Probably again for like another 2 years. I mean, no, that's super pessimistic.
But weren't they working on it for like 2 years to make it like the best ever? I'm like,
yeah, they didn't want to go out half-baked.
Well, yeah, you could say that, but also even a step back from that, it's like, and I'm not even a PvP player, and I'm thinking like, they're going to, no matter what they come out with, Trials is always going to have issues. I feel like it's something that people look up to so much, and nothing can ever be perfect these days. Programming games are written by humans, and humans aren't perfect. So it's like, I know it's kind of a pessimistic view, but like, what can be done to ever make it great or perfect? I just don't know. Do other games, I guess to be fair, do other games have anything that's even vaguely similar that people generally enjoy and don't have problems with?
I mean, I've had a streamer carry me to the lighthouse in Destiny 1. But here's the thing. I contributed to the game. I was in the game. I had to move and stay alive and move with the group and play as a team with the streamer and his killer buddy. And when I got to
behind him, so you were the backpack, right behind him.
No, there were games where I actually won the round. I'm serious. I mean, there's a game where they got killed and I clinched the last kill and won the round. It happened, but I was involved in the game. I just don't understand why people would pay the actual retail price of the game to get one weapon or one piece of armor. And I know we can go down a rabbit hole here, but we're just going to agree to disagree on this.
Like that.
I mean, you bought the game. What?
But that just means that people have disposable enough income where they don't mind doing it.
And I know Wish was even saying this, that, you know, some people don't have the time, and this is America. I mean, this is the economy. If there's something you want to pay for, you want to pay someone to mow your lawn because you don't have time to do it, then in that respect, I agree. You know, it's a business like anything else. But when it starts affecting other people that are playing the game, and you know, a guy that has a 0.2 KD or a 0.8 KDA all of a sudden is winning the entire round and owning the game. I mean, it's just, when it affects me getting to the lighthouse, then I have an issue with it. If it didn't bother anybody, if someone paid someone to go do 5 master nightfalls just to get a shot at the drops or get the drop gun or whatever, doesn't affect me. I don't care. But when I'm in the game and I'm having to go up against all these killers, then maybe not so much.
I'm even confused how it affects you. Is that because supposedly the good players are in the game often because they're helping people out?
Yes. And I know it sounds like I'm a hypocrite because I did use a carry service. I won a raffle and I jumped in there and did it. But I don't know. It's such a complicated.
Keep the good players out of the game. Make the game great again.
No, I think it goes back to skill based. I think it needs to be skill based, but even skill based is not an exact science. I mean, what if you have like a carry, for instance? You have 2 killers and you have one guy that's a pleb. How do you calculate that? I guess you come up with a cumulative number. And what if?
That's why skill based isn't necessarily any better. This conversation always goes back and forth. It's the eternal conversation in the Destiny history, right?
Yeah.
They change it every couple of years. But at the same time, and I was all on board about the experiment of trying connection based, but I think it should be a combination. I know our friends over on Massive Breakdowns have even mentioned, like, when they say connection based, he always thinks that it should be like heavy on that, but like there should always still be some skill-based matchmaking always built in the background. And so you don't want to have 100% one way or 100% the other way.
I guess if I'm being carried, you know, they know that I'm the carry. They can target me and eliminate the numbers and then overpower the streamers. I mean, if the good players, that's what they would do. So, I mean, at least if I'm in the game using a service or winning a raffle or whatever, at least I guess the thing I'm saying is it's a fair fight. When someone's taking your account and running in there as a killer, when you're really not coming across as a killer, and maybe if it's skill based or however matchmaking system they use is based on the person, the account's KDA, then that's kind of it's kind of twisting things a little. I don't know, man. It is such a gray area. I mean, I could see both sides of this coin. I really could. I really don't know what they're gonna do. It's just.
Yeah, it seems hopeless to me, and I'm happy I don't care as much.
I don't know why exactly. I don't know why I do, but I do. It just bugs me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what really sucks for me is that I was actually looking to go into trials.
Yeah, you were pumped after last show.
I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I was actually like pulling off some games where I was actually paying attention to some stuff. I was using Ascendant Nomad's 2-second rule and even an Iron Banner. And I wasn't even like max light and that kind of thing. And I was pulling off I had like 4 games in a row of a 2.0 KD.
By the way, speaking of Ascendant Nomad, he just released his 4th and final series on game awareness, game sense, and it's a really good video. Ended up really well. I just watched it before the show tonight. So nice. Good job on that, Ascendant Nomad. It's a great video series, especially for people who are thinking about dipping their toe in Crucible. It's I didn't get paid for this. It's really I just like the guy. It's really a good series to start. It's a good place to start. So check that out. Ascendant Nomad on YouTube. All right, my plug's over.
But yeah, I mean, I was just looking forward to getting into it, and I mean, it sucks that this happened, but, it is what it is. And, I'll just, dabble in maybe some comp and see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Hell yeah.
So, all right. Well, that was everything that I had in the TWAB. You guys have anything else?
Kingsley, anything else you want to talk about?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, this is going to get spicy. It's time for our community questions. We'll be diving into all those great questions right after this.
Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way, and you can just lurk or hang out or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
SpeakPipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get our Discord and SpeakPipe questions that we have both of these this week. And let's start out with a SpeakPipe question we got this week from Mr. Uncle Scumdeath. And here we go right now.
Hello, Scumdeath here. YouTube is a wonderful thing. For the last couple of years, our American fridge freezer, you obviously know what that is, has been leaking out of the front. And I didn't have a clue why. It's just, it's knackered. So the missus was like, right, we need to buy a new one. And they're 700 quid. So I'm like, right, let's try and bloody fix it instead of spending 700 quid. She's like, oh, it's like 15 years old. So, right, okay. So I've YouTubed it. And I've found out what the problem was, and I've fixed the problem myself, and it looks like it's not leaking out the front. It used to leak out the bottom all the time. So I've defrosted the drip tray, which was frozen over by the looks of it, with a hairdryer, and now it's not leaking out the front. I'm looking at it now, so I think Uncle Scumdeath has done a good repair job on this, and I've saved myself 700 bloody pounds. So my question is, when was the last time YouTube saved you money? It saved me a fucking shit ton of money. Love the show, guys.
Gotta love that accent. I tell you what, I have 2 answers to this question, but I want to hear what Startien and Kingsley have to say. What do you guys think?
Who wants to go first?
You.
Me? Okay. I mean, in some aspects in life, I've kind of learned to not try to fix things on my own, even though I know I could save money. Do you ever get to that point where you've tried a few things? You're like, I wasted so much more time. I could have just hired a professional. But there's definitely something to be said about, trying to save money. A couple things I remember in the past is things on my car. It's not like I'm changing my own oil, but I've changed I know it sounds silly, but the cabin filters, the air filtration thing, the dealer will charge you like $100 to do it all. And you can buy a part at AutoZone for $10 and put it in yourself. And I've installed a stereo on my own before too. I guess you can't really say the things were broken, but I guess the cabin air filter was kind of broken. So put a new one in.
Nice.
Startien?
Nice. So speaking of appliances, this actually saved Kingsley a lot of money too.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have gone first. Yeah, that was a good one.
So we had been married maybe a year, and he had a washer and dryer, and the dryer stopped working, and he was like so bummed out because we were trying to just figure out, it's going to be several $100s at least to fix it or to get somebody out. And it was going to take weeks. And neither of us wanted to go to a laundromat. So I YouTubed it and I pulled apart our entire dryer, ordered the part on Amazon for next day. And within maybe 36 hours, it was fixed perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was like, it was almost like he didn't believe I could do it because we had only been married for a little bit.
Oh.
And even though we, were together for, a long time before that, like he just never knew that side of me that I'm like, I'll just figure it out and do it and fix it. So I don't think he really believed me, but, he was grateful after, $500 of savings.
Yep.
Hazel, you ever
So
done
you're
this?
welcome.
Hazel, you ever done this?
Not to fix something, but actually, I mean, I've used YouTube all the time to see if I could fix something, and then it's like, shit, no, I can't do that. So, okay, time to call somebody. One time I did use YouTube, one often time I use it is for MKB HD. This guy does like YouTube videos like for tech, and he reviews cell phones and things like that. So I use him to basically say like, that phone is shitty, don't buy it. But then one other time was that I taught myself to do origami for my daughter because she was crying and I just didn't know what else to do with her. So I just put on origami videos randomly, and that calmed her down and bought me a little peace of mind. So
Nice. I swear by YouTube. In fact, that's the first thing I watch every morning before I go to work. It doesn't matter what it is, but wow. Let's see. I fixed a washer. I fixed a dryer. But recently, we just had our kitchen redone, as some of you may know. Got a brand new Samsung dishwasher, and I got error codes on it not even a week after it was installed. I'm thinking, okay, they messed up the installation. So no, before you jump to conclusions, I went to YouTube, entered the model number, and sure enough, the appliances today are just stupid. They are so stupid. They put a moisture meter in the bottom drain pan of this thing, and when a little trickle of water would get on the drain pan, it would set this off, and it would totally disable the dishwasher. It would just sit there and beep.
Like it was flooding, but not really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't remember who I actually watched, but this guy, it was a homeowner that just was tired of dealing with this, and he said, "Listen, undo the mounting clip where it is, and just tape it up higher on the side of the damn dishwasher." And sure enough, I did that, and I haven't had a problem since. But why are we having to do this on brand new appliances? I wonder where their head is. And Uncle Scumdeath, your blow dryer, trying to defrost, you're having a bunch of drainage problems. I have another Samsung, I guess it's what they call an under tray freezer, double door refrigerator. Notorious. They have a little tiny hole at the bottom where everything is supposed to drain into the pan, and that freezes up every time. And I think the reason it happened to us is because my wife doesn't like to use the heat, and our house got too cold, and I think it froze up the fridge. And I think and for the record, I'm blaming her. But I did the same thing. I got the blow dryer in there. I did what the YouTube video said, and it's going on a year and a half now, and I've not had to deal with that again. So, and that was a $4,000 refrigerator, so I wasn't about to go buy a new one of those. So yeah, great question. Great question. So, okay, Hazel, why don't we dip in here? We got you guys blow us away. We have so many great questions here, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to answer them all. But just keep in mind that we store them nice and neat, and then when we have another show, we pull them out and we ask them. So if we don't get to yours tonight, I'm just saying this in advance, we will definitely never forget your question that you put in, unless it's from RNG Gatr, and then we always forget his. Anyway.
Hey, Stacy brought the questions too, right? I think it was her. If it was just me, there would probably be less. So thanks, Stacy.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She probably prompted a lot of these.
Awesome.
Of course.
No, I Trying to find where those are. Podcast questions. There we are.
Yep, it's in the pin. And
Told me
Hazel,
that already.
Hazel, why don't you get the ball rolling, man? What do we got?
All right, let's go with this one. So I'm not afraid of RNG Gatr. So, question for Kingsley. Did you get your normal fee for being on the podcast this week? If you didn't, I would hit up Laz. And I think you still got cheated out of the speedrun last year.
Yeah, no one wants to hear it. Moving on.
I didn't get my normal fee. Maybe it's because Stace is on also, and Gatr didn't have enough money to pay both of us.
No, we traded. We traded fees because I was on his podcast last week. So
there you go.
We're all good. Okay.
And like I said, I hate to admit it, but I do feel like the questions were read fairly this time. Now, I may change my mind later on in the season if I hear Gatr like with some other guest, but no, it's all good right now.
That could happen.
Not afraid of RNG Gatr. All right. I got one from the beautiful, the masterful Mr. Elmer Fudd. And I believe you guys have spoken in the last week. I believe he came, he was celebrating his anniversary, congratulations, and came to visit you in your town. I think you guys went out to dinner. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
We did.
All right. Question for the guest. How are you both so beautiful? He asks that of everybody. He's such a great guy. What is the most you've had squatters in a week? We had it 3 times on accident. Is that right? What's the most you've had squatters in a week?
Restaurant.
Oh, I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure. Do you guys have rental houses? What's going on here? we had it 3 times on accident. Okay.
So Squatters is a local brewery. They sell, so they have tons of original, amazing beers that they brew right here in Salt Lake City and in Park City. They have 2 restaurants, one in Park City, one in Salt Lake City. I frequent them. The Squatters in Park City is literally a block away from where I work, so I walk there all the time. When Elmer Fudd and his beautiful wife were here last week, that's where we took them to dinner.
And apparently it grew on them because they accidentally ate 2 more times after that.
It's so good. Good food, good drinks, great atmosphere. So Elmer Fudd, to answer your question, I would say I've probably had 3 to 4 times in a week. Work lunches, going there on my own, craving something, getting a beer after work, whatever. So I love that place. I go there a lot.
That's so cool.
Nice.
Well, I'll let Kingsley ask, how are you both so beautiful? I'll have you answer that one.
I mean, we're beautiful because you're beautiful, Fudd, and you rubbed off on us.
All right. And he has a final part of the question. He says, short people are so calming. What are your thoughts?
This is an inside joke.
So what he
want to go down that route?
What he's saying is you're a very tall person. Is that what he's saying?
I am 6 feet tall.
Wow. And how tall are you, Kingsley?
Oh.
I'm technically 5'11", pretty much 6, but
nice.
she's like a half an inch taller than me.
That is so cool.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So oftentimes I am calmed by looking at people who, have an easy time buying jeans that fit them and, not worrying about if they're going to be able to fit inside of a car or have their knees hit the back of the seat on an airplane. It's great. Calming isn't the word I would use, but yes, it's like jealousy for sure. And not necessarily short people. I'm talking like, normal sized humans. I am an abnormally tall human.
Nice.
And you joke too, you're mostly legs, right?
I'm all legs. Yeah.
Very cool. Do you play basketball when you were in high school?
Nope.
Okay. Just curious.
I get asked that all the time though, and I wish I could say yes, but growing up, my parents wouldn't let me do athletics because I was so involved in the arts.
Oh,
so they thought it would be too distracting. So
that's right. Yeah. You're the one who practiced every day after school.
I'm the one who practiced every day after school for multiple hours.
Wow.
And then went to band camp every summer.
I know band camp. Yep.
One time at band camp.
One time at band camp?
Yep, exactly. All right, Hazel, what else we got, man?
All right. So, let's see here. So, Sweaty Spooks has a question for Kingsley and his wife. Pineapples on pizza? ? What's your guys' favorite pizza joint, and where did you guys first go to sit down and eat together within a restaurant setting, if you can remember?
Yes.
Aw, Sweaty Spooks. I love it.
Good guy. Yeah.
Absolutely, we do eat pineapple on pizza. We don't really do the Hawaiian pizza, though, with the Canadian bacon or ham and pineapple. We do pepperoni and pineapple. I would say maybe once every 4 or 5 times that we order pizza. Yeah, Kingsley, does that sound right?
Yeah.
We do eat pizza a lot. We just had it tonight for dinner, actually. So,
Where's my slice?
Yep. Nice.
where's our favorite pizza joint?
For me, it's down in Cedar City. What's the name of it again?
Centro.
Centro. They flew in an authentic Italian wood fire pizza oven.
Oh, yes.
For this restaurant, and they just cook the dough perfectly. It kind of has like those black char around the edges. Some people don't like it, but I love that.
Right.
You know?
Right. I know what
Just
you're talking about.
perfect pizza.
And where's the?
I would have to agree, it's delicious.
And where is the first restaurant sitting you guys were eating together? If you can remember.
Aww. It was our first date, actually. We, like he said, when we met, we had been at a Chili's, but we weren't really sitting together. There was like a group of 20 plus people, and he was down the table from me. But he did ask me out about a week later, and he took me to this amazing restaurant in Salt Lake City. It's called Oasis Cafe. And we just had an amazing first date.
That's awesome. This brings up. I'm curious now. Hazel, do you remember where you first sat down with your wife? What restaurant?
Yes. I kind of do.
Do you want to share it?
Let me think. I need to figure out what
All right.
it was.
I'm gonna. You know what my first restaurant sitting with my wife was? McDonald's.
That's hot.
Because I met her for lunch and I said, "Hey, when'd you break?" And it's the first time I asked her out. It was McDonald's.
Is that all they had back then?
It's Florida. I mean, bath salts and McDonald's. That's all we got down here.
Nice. So
I'll give you a second if you need it.
I really don't remember like where we went for lunch, but I mean, we like ended up hanging out all day because it was a double date with my best friend and the girl he was dating at the time. So I remember that we ended up making her dinner though, so they were in a sorority together and we ended up making them dinner. And it was the worst chicken that we've ever made in our lives.
It's amazing how things like that you remember, you know?
Yeah. Well, I also remember that she ate that nasty chicken the next day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like,
I don't like chicken.
All right. Let's see. My turn, right? I got one from Laz, attorney at law. Question for the show. Exactly how many Coke with coffee cans do you have in your house? And will that number get higher over time? Is that directed at somebody?
That's it, Kingsley. Ugh.
Kingsley.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll get higher, but it's getting lower too. In fact, it's my drink right now this evening.
Nice.
Drinking as we're on the podcast. I can stay excited and hyper. No.
Do you guys know the Coke with coffee?
I'd never heard of this.
I've heard of it.
Oh, okay.
It's been out now for about a month, but it's not like super available. Some stores have a lot of it. Other stores, not as much. You can have probably the best luck going to like a Kroger store or a Target. Walmart, I hear, has them a lot too.
Okay.
But they had something way back in the day called Coke Black, BLAK, and I guess it was only in Europe. But now this is, they look similar to those Coke energy drinks, you know, like Coke was making like a...
Oh, like a skinnier can?
Yeah, the skinnier can.
Okay.
And it's near those, but they have 4 different flavors. They have just the normal. They have Coke Zero normal, and then they have vanilla normal, and then vanilla zero. Wow. And I highly recommend the zero either way because If you get the regular sugar one, the coffee you can barely taste.
Oh,
But if you get the zero of one of the other ones, either way, you drink it. It tastes more like a Coke. It's just like a normal Coke soda, but it has like a lingering coffee aftertaste. And for some reason, it really works for me. And it's a pretty good, in my opinion. And I've had many fancy coffees, but it's a good enough flavor for what this is. And believe it or not, it even actually has less caffeine than a full. Like if you drank a large cup or 2 cups of coffee, it has 80 milligrams of caffeine.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
I
like
do not like it.
No.
I know.
It's
And some other people said
great.
they didn't like it in my Discord, so it's fair enough. But for some reason, it's really working for me. Really working.
All
I
right.
have to try this.
I'm going to have to try it too. I'm going to start looking. Maybe Amazon can ship one to me. We'll find out. Okay.
Hey guys,
Yes,
can I pick the next question?
Do it.
of course.
So this is one from Sneaky Snake, and it's for me.
Okay.
How do you manage to put up with the time he takes to do the podcast and also play games? Guys, can we be honest here?
Uh-oh.
I guess.
Monday through Friday, I love when he's playing video games and podcasting because that means when I get home from work, I just have me time and it's awesome. And I love it. But Saturdays and Sundays, I just wish that he was like, hanging out with me more. But Saturday nights is when a lot of the raids happen, and Sundays is when he podcasts. And so it's just kind of sad.
Busted.
So if anybody chooses to not raid with Kingsley on a Saturday, and maybe you guys want to raid on a Friday, that would be great for me.
Nice.
I like it.
No, that's definitely a fair answer for sure.
Yeah, I think it was. You got one, Kingsley, you see?
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good questions here.
Tons of questions.
I mean, it's just another quick one. Snake might as well. What shoe size are you? Well, pretty large size, if I might say.
I'm up there.
10.5, 11,
Really? What are you, Hazel?
11.
13, baby. God, that's a sound.
I have abnormally small feet for how tall I am.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
What size is yours?
I'm a 9.
My wife's an 8, so that's pretty. I don't know. I think that's pretty normal, but I guess if you're taller,
Well,
What is she, 6 foot tall?
I have a lot of friends who are actually tall as well, and their shoe size are like 11 for women. I mean, it's 10.5 or 11.
right?
It's pretty standard for a 6 foot tall woman. So
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
yeah.
I think honestly, my feet have gotten bigger because as you get older, you get flat footed. I think that's the reason why. No, I've always
And the ears too, right?
yeah, exactly. No, I've always had big feet. I don't know why, but anyway. All right, Hazel, let's pick another one.
All right. I like this one. So this is a question from someone named Gatr, and it's, why won't Kingsley raid with me anymore?
I don't know who that guy is.
I am so confused.
Don't raid with him on Saturdays.
What a trolling question.
That's trolly. Sorry. Actually on one of my alt accounts, I raided with him last night. So that question's void and null. So
it was part of our lawsuit settlement. So
we had to. Yeah, I was forced. I had to play. Anyway, that was part of the conditions of the dismissal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. Okay. We got so many questions, guys. Thank you very much for putting these out. I've got one here from I've got one here from Chubby Wizard. Question for the show: have you guys ever gotten a bunch of ridiculously good loot in a short period of time in Destiny? If so, what did you get? The past 2 weeks were like that for me. I got Outbreak, Dead Man's Tale, Salvager Salvo, and Bottom Dollar. For a filthy casual like me, that's a pretty good haul. Thanks. Love the show. Kingsley, Startien?
can't, because how much I play, I can't really say that anything stood out recently, except actually, I take that back slightly. This week started the double rewards for Nightfalls. And I don't know if anyone's hopped in yet. People tend to complain, I can't get my golf balls and Ascendant shards quick enough.
Who would say that?
To do it. But I only ran I was doing the weekly thing. I think you had to do 3 Nightfalls or whatever. And I did 4 or 5 because I ran a couple with Sin or someone else. And I already got 2 shadow prices to drop. So it seems like they're doubling that also.
Well, I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard the Nightfall this week, you get 4 time rewards over the weekend.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. So maybe that's why. Yeah, I meant whatever the amount is. It's definitely dropping a lot of stuff. And real quick, too, on that, I love that strike in D1, but I'll have to say it's not as good back in D2. It's
really
pretty easy, and the ending's kind of lame. It goes really quick.
Oh.
Did they tweak it at all? I haven't played it yet.
No, they didn't. And in fact, they even tried to make the ending longer. There's damage gates. I don't remember there being damage gates in D1. Maybe it was there on the Shank. But there's actually bars.
No, there was a damage. There wasn't damage gate, but he would go hide, and it was those damn sniper shanks up top.
Yeah. Those don't even seem even in the Nightfall.
Really?
Now, I haven't done the one above Hero yet.
Okay.
I want to, because the 2 lower level Nightfalls are both pretty darn easy, and it's kind of sad. And it's a shorter one too, but it's a good one at least this week to get your quadruple rewards.
I've already got 2 other guys lined up. I'm farming the hell out of that this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. How about you, Hazel? You get any major drops? Lucky drops?
I mean, I'd probably say the one night that I got my 2 Eyes of Tomorrow in one night. So that was definitely I'll take that.
That exact thing happened to me, except it was on another night. I got Eyes of Tomorrow, and then I played another round for someone else to get it, and I got it again. I'm like, oh, geez. So it's happened. I think it's happened to all of us at one point. So good question. Startien, I didn't want to exclude you, but I figured you probably didn't play. Do you have a time when you got a bunch of drops from Destiny?
No, I am even when I do play for, hours and hours during a weekend or something, I mean, there's been times where I'll play almost every night for a few weeks, and then I kind of move on to something else. But I have the worst luck with drops. I don't know what it is. I will play for hours and hours, and I still won't get what I'm playing for. I don't know. They say it's random. Kingsley will dispute this, but he will be like, oh no, you get great drops, but no, I don't.
Okay.
I have bad luck.
All right. Hazel, let's do a few more here. I think it's your turn.
All right. I don't want to go with that one, but I kind of want to at the same time. There's just so many good questions. Damn it. All right.
We'll get to them next week if we don't get to them tonight.
Yep. So, question from Sneaky Snake. Question for the show. Why?
I got a great answer for this, but I'm curious what you guys say.
My answer would be because.
Okay. Kingsley, what would your answer be?
My answer would be because Gatr invited me, even though I knew better.
Okay. Hazel, what's your answer? Oh, you asked it, didn't you?
Yep. I'll go, though. You sound anxious.
Go for it. No. Go for it. I want to hear yours.
All right. My answer is, why not?
Well, this is a question I got a lot when I had younger kids. And my answer is because I'm the dad. That's why.
Good one.
You'll use that well, you guys have already used it, I'm sure. Okay.
No, we just ignore him.
Yeah. Well,
no, you do. I don't.
Sooner or later, you do just ignore him. I've got one here from Mrs. Hazelnut. Question for the show. Is there a band or singer that you thought you would never listen to, and then you heard something by them and ended up liking them? We'll start with Startien. Anything come to mind?
I mean, this is going to really expose my nerdiness, but growing up, I absolutely despised any compositions by the composer Brahms. And then when I got into college and I studied the complexity of his compositional skills, I really loved him. And now he's my favorite.
What are you, like a musician or something? Just kidding.
So to be completely transparent, no, I don't really listen to a ton of like what normal people listen to. So I don't really know how to answer that question other than like, classical music.
No, that's an answer. It's a good answer. I don't understand the answer, but it's a good answer. I don't know who Brahms is. Is he German?
Brahms is Johannes Brahms. He's a composer from the... he's a composer. Okay. Classical composer.
Sounds good.
Simply put.
Kingsley, what do you got, man? Anything like this happen to you?
Yeah, I guess. I know it may sound sexist, but I typically don't like songwriters that are just female. I tend to like I don't know, just maybe it's just the music I grew up with or whatever. Or I do really love where there's like a male and a female together singing in a group. That really appeals to me. But there's one recently that the singer-songwriter Clairo, I don't know if you heard of her, and she has a couple songs that are popular right now. And for some reason, I'm really appreciating her style.
Very cool.
Nice.
Hazel?
Mine would have to be Keith Urban. He's a country music singer. Because growing up, like in like the late 90s, that's when he was kind of doing his thing. He he just looked like a really pretty boy. And I listened to country music at the time, and I was just like, man, this guy I don't know. And he's Australian. I'm like, what the hell does he know about country music? And my wife was really big into him because he is a pretty boy and he's Australian and he's
married to Nicole Kidman,
Well, not then, actually.
Well, true.
Yeah. Well, she played a song for me. It was called "You'll Think of Me," and it's funny because he had wrote it about a woman that he broke up with him and stuff like this. And every time he sings this song, he just has this like gritty voice, and it just is like, wow, like he still like feels how he feels about her in this song. And it was just like, okay, well, I'll check this guy out. And, ever since then, I've always kind of tuned in to check him out and, see what he's up to.
Very cool. Yeah, I have a very specific answer for this question. Good question, by the way.
Missio.
No, I'm a child of the 80s. I love syntho rock, syntho pop, syntho anything. I'm a big Depeche Mode guy. I love that kind of stuff.
Yes.
It's the best. It is. But a guy named Agent H told me about some guy named Heavy Devin Townsend, in the Devin Townsend Project, and his earlier works was a lot of screaming rock, and I'm just not into that. If it doesn't musically make sense to me, I don't want to hear it. And scream, I'm sorry, no offense to some of you guys who like screaming rock, but when it's out of tune and the tone doesn't go with the song, I just can't listen to it. But he started switching gears as he got older, and he's almost my age now, and he has gone more mainstream heavy metal and progressive metal. And ever since then, I have been going down. If you've listened to any episodes in the last 6 months, I've been picking progressive metal bands for a long time now. And that's all because I checked out Devin Townsend. So, yeah. What do you think, Hazel? One more each?
Sure.
All right.
And any they see that they like.
Yes. Sounds good. How about one each, we each? All right. That was mine, right? So
I'll go.
Go for it.
Hi. I really am loving Sneaky Snake's questions today. If you could go back in time, what is one thing you would want to do differently in your life and why? Okay, guys. I thought a lot about this.
Good question.
I spent 12 years in music school. I could have spent 12 years becoming a doctor. Mm-hmm. And I really wish I would have done that. I actually grew up in a medical family, so I really actually wanted to be a doctor. And then I kept getting scholarships to study music in college. And then I didn't have time to do any prerequisites for med school.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then I just kept doing music. And I have a lot of degrees in music performance, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. And I could have been changing lives as a doctor. And I really regret that decision. And people are like, oh, you're not too old. You could go back to school. And I just kind of laugh because as much as I love learning, I don't think I could go back to school at this point in my life, especially for 10 more years. Right. So
now that we've seen the wizard behind the curtain, right, on how school works these days.
Yeah. I really wish that I would have gone to med school when I had the chance.
Good
and
answer.
when I had the opportunity and when I had the, the ability and the support of my family, etc. Would have just been a completely different life path. With that said, I try to not live in regrets, and I'm grateful for who I am, and I like who I am, and I like my life. So, but that's something I do think about often. What would have been different had I had an opportunity to do med school and become a doctor and change lives?
How did you find Kingsley? I'm sorry, Kingsley. She's fantastic. This is awesome. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you.
She's fantastic. What about you?
Hey, Kingsley. No, I'm just kidding. Kingsley, you have an answer to this?
Not really. It's a tough question.
It's deep.
I think of a couple obvious ones, but then that doesn't even make sense because my life would be different and potentially I would have even met Stacy. So I don't even like thinking back on regrets or things like that.
Yeah, it's tough.
The only thing I guess I could say is like just certain, because I was kind of shy when I was younger, even more so an introvert and stuff, and just certain relationships and friendships and things, just leave it at that. Just, I wish I would have been a little more just not worrying about certain things.
Yeah.
So
anxiety. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hazel, what do you think, man?
My answer is the usual, I'm not going to change anything, because that would change everything.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to, I like my life how it is right now, and I don't really want to screw up anything that may not be the case.
Yeah, I get that, man. For me, God, I hope my kids aren't listening to this. Well, it's too late. They've already graduated, or almost graduated. I went to business school, University of Florida. I was going to be a CPA. I went to Fisher School of Accounting and found out real quick that was not going to be what I was. So I ended up getting my marketing degree. And honestly, I wish I would have just skipped college and just gone and opened my own business, because that would have been like a 10-year head start on where I am now. And don't get me wrong, I'm so freaking grateful where I am. But it took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of sacrifice to start a business and get going to where I am now. And I just wish I would have started that earlier. But my parents, I was the firstborn in my family. My dad went to University of Florida, and he was going to be a doctor as well. And his parents are pushing him, and he ended up being a builder. But if I wish I would have, because I hated college. I was so burnt out on high school. I was ready to do something real in the world. And I really kind of wish now that I'd skipped school and just went and started my own business and started cranking it. So.
Hey, I feel you. I actually could say that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Again, you never want to recommend that.
Yeah, because not everyone has the drive.
College was pointless
for
what I do.
Yeah, it's exactly it. I mean, I know a lot about marketing and stuff, but I don't know how I could apply a lot of that into I do use it in my business. Don't get me wrong, but book knowledge is one thing and real world knowledge is totally different. And I know, gosh, I hope there's kids out there not listening to this saying, oh, well, I'm not going to college. And no, I'm not saying that. It's different for everybody. But for me, my dad's been in his own business for a long time, and I've always lived up to that. And it's always kind of something we've done in the family. And I just kind of wish I started earlier. Anyway, good question, though, man. All right, that was Startien's question. Who wants to go next? One more each.
I'll just do a quick one. I'm going to do what Destiny 1 exotic you think they would bring back, and which one do you want back? This is from Golden God. I want Zalo Supercell. That's what I'd say too. I know it wasn't like the best weapon, but it was so darn fun. And it was the first exotic I got in D1. I actually bought it from Zur because I hadn't had a drop yet. It was when I first had enough, whatever the hell you needed to buy stuff from Zur was back then. And it's just so fun having an auto rifle that it's kind of like, these days, like, what's the SMG with the ARC?
Risk Runner,
but it was an auto rifle. And as you get kills, it brings your super back. So as a warlock, running that with Obsidian Mine helmet would bring your super back so quickly. It was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah. That's a good one. Hazel.
Twilight Garrison.
Of course. Why am I not surprised? Startien, did you play Destiny? Did you play Destiny 1, Startien? Is there an exotic you can think of that you'd want brought back in Destiny 2?
I did not ever pay attention to what things were called.
I figured.
So
I figured that's fine.
Yeah. I don't really have an answer for that one. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. No, I didn't expect one. 2 words. Ice breaker.
Oh boy.
No.
I know. Don't boo me out of the state. I'm telling you, that was such a great rifle. So much fun. Bring it back, Bungie. Bring it back.
No.
Please.
They will never bring that back.
All right.
Although they kind of did already with recombination, but
all right. Then bring back the Pocket Infinity then. I'm bringing back all the trouble guns.
Yeah.
All right.
I love, what is it? I don't even know the name of your trolley gun.
Oh, Telesto is the best, though.
Yeah, Telesto.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What's my... Oh, never mind. I got like 40,000 kills with that gun. I love it. Okay, that was Kingsley's. So that leaves me and you, Hazel. You want to go or you want me to finish?
I'll go.
Okay.
Got a short one here. From Drafty. Question for the show.
God.
Where's Waldo? Geography with Gatr time.
Shit, I don't know. I don't know. He's in Utah right now. Don't you see him, Kingsley?
No, he's not.
You don't see him?
Yeah, isn't he always like on a beach somewhere when you see him outside?
Guys.
You said there was a beach in Salt Lake City.
No, he's not in Utah right now.
Damn it. I
love the fact that she just chimed in and just was like, no, he's not.
Well, I don't know the answer to this. It could be anywhere.
No, you guys, he's in the Sahara. Don't you follow where'swaldo.com?
I do not. Thank God that question's done.
Is that a thing?
All right.
No, I just made it up.
I'm going to try to get one here from... oh, God. I'll save that one for another show. Well, I want to ask this one to everybody. This is from Mrs. Hazelnut again. What's the one thing you're looking forward to doing after the pandemic has subsided?
Go to Europe, Stace?
Oh, is it my turn to answer the question?
It always goes
we
to
can
you guys.
answer. I figured we would be on the same page.
I mean, just travel. Like we haven't traveled at all since the pandemic. And normally Kingsley and I travel often and go on lots of adventures. So I think I miss traveling the most. I know that there is travel options available right now, but yeah, we haven't taken advantage of it. And I just feel like it's different than what we'd be used to. So I don't know if it'd be as fun or if we'd enjoy it as much. So travel.
Good. Yeah, a lot of people.
Wherever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's been a common answer.
Yep.
So I'm not done yet. I got one from Drafty here for Hazelnut. How many states are there and how many hated Florida this past week? Please explain your logic.
Yeah, anyway.
What? No. I can't. I'm not allowed to just breeze over questions like that.
Yeah, you do. You do it all the time.
I do.
I'm sorry, Floridians are trying to get a rise, but again, we didn't really hate them. Only about 10, 15 degrees cooler this week, so.
Damn it. Kingsley with your steady voice and can't get you upset.
Steady, deep voice.
Oh, of course. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. All right. Hey, everybody. God damn, great questions this week. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We don't forget a question. If you did ask a question, it's pinned in our nice little neat podcast questions channel. And if we didn't get to it, we will get to it. So keep throwing in those great questions. Man, we have a great community. Super community. Never fail us, guys. You never fail us. So if we didn't answer your question, we will. All right. I believe it is time for our last part of our show. This is where we pick our song picks for our Spotify playlist. But first, Mr. Elmer Fudd has something to say. We'll be right back.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final part of our show. This is where we choose our music picks for our Spotify playlist. Just search for Guardian Downcast Show Playlist on Spotify. And we're also on iTunes now. I always put the links in our show description, so look for them there if you want to follow along. We now have 578 songs, 41 hours, and 11 minutes of music representing us and all of our wonderful guests we've had over almost 2 years. And just to let you know, I am going to post some music videos of some of our song picks this week, and I usually post it in our music and TV channel in our Discord if you want to find out more about the groups. All right, Mr. Kingsleymac, let's start with you, man. What do you got for us tonight?
Sure. It's always interesting trying to pick songs. I go through phases. I don't usually listen to too much music, mostly because I'm listening to too many podcasts. But
I hear you, man.
I have a Sirius XM subscription right now, and keeping the alt radio channel on a lot when I'm driving around has really helped me appreciate some songs again. And two that I picked for this episode is first the song titled 100 Bad Days by the group AJR.
Nice.
Now, AJR, I'm sure you've heard a lot of their songs. They have a lot of popular songs. They're kind of like, I'd have to almost describe it as like party alt rock or just really catchy pop alt type songs.
Like college music, like college party music.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like total partyish. I'm probably explaining it wrong, but very popular. You know, they have a new album coming up. But this song that I picked is probably one of their lesser popular songs right now if you look at all of their songs. But also the main reason why I picked it is because you have to see this music video. Right. Again, it's called 100 Bad Days. You can find it probably on YouTube. You can see it in Apple Music, many different places. And they do a very, very unique music video. One of these kind of like artsy, really like, you're like, wow, that's pretty cool.
I like it.
So that, again, being a visual person, that's helped me appreciate the song even more and the group.
I'll be sure to post it. Good.
Yeah, we'll post that. And then the other one I picked, I always enjoy Weezer over the years. And they have a new album that came out. And, oh boy, what's the name of the album now? Okay Human. And they talk about it. So this album was created during the pandemic and just kind of created mostly in his house and whatever. But it's a change of pace where the album includes a 38-piece orchestra, no click tracks, no computers, and most surprisingly for Weezer, no electric guitar.
What? Really?
And so it's a very tonal shift for them. And he said a lot of these songs in here are just writing about anxiety in life or just going through the pandemic or just things in his life. I mean, they have titles like Playing My Piano or Screens. It's about like all the screens in a house, you know, or Everything Happens for a Reason, or Alugobi, which is like the story there was he was in this rut with his wife and they would just go to the same place to eat every single week. And it was this Indian place and he would just get the same things like, where am I in my life? You know, he's going through a midlife crisis, whatever. This album.
Yeah, sounded that.
But the song I picked is called All My Favorite Songs. It's the top title on that album and a really, really catchy, great song by Weezer. So definitely check out All My Favorite Songs by Weezer.
Yeah, good explanation, man. Thank you. All right, Startien, you're up.
Cool. One of the songs that I picked was Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots from Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots album by the Flaming Lips. And it's because I named my car after that album. And so I drive a car named Yoshimi, and it's awesome. And she's such a rock star, and I love it. She's such a badass.
That's awesome.
So the second song I picked was, what was it? If You Leave Me Now? Is that the one I chose?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, by Chicago. When I was trying to be a musician, I actually had a really cool opportunity to play in the backup string section for Peter Cetera.
Really?
Just for one concert. He was doing a concert up in Sun Valley, Idaho, and his manager's, personnel manager hired an orchestra that I played with. So I got to play a cool concert with him, and he does this, like, if you've ever seen him perform live, he does this, like, I feel like it's a generational thing, but he does this shoulder shrug. Like when he's singing and he kind of is dancing and he does this adorable shoulder shrug. Uh-huh. And I have to say, I had such a crush on him at that concert because it was just adorable.
That's so
and
cool.
I just, it was a really fun opportunity.
That's an awesome story. Thank you for sharing that. That's cool.
Great.
Yeah, that is so cool. All right, Hazel, what do you got this week, man?
All right. So, with life being absolutely chaotic, I wanted to kind of go with something a little slower paced just so I could catch my breath this week. So one of them is The Steel Drivers, Where the Rainbows Never Die. This is a slow, I know I talked about country music earlier, and I don't know why I've just been on a country music kick lately. So I've got that. That's a kind of a slower song. It's something you can just sit back and just listen to and makes you think. It's kind of introspective. And then the other song was Coulter Wall. This is from Sweaty Spooks. And he introduced me to this guy, and I felt the need to add this song because I dare anyone to listen to this and not kind of just kind of bob your head to it and just kind of get a little fired up. So
very cool, man. Yeah, I wonder what kind of bands I'm going to pick. Okay, for my first pick,
Evan Townsend and Mizio.
You're not far. You're not far away. I picked another English neo-progressive rock band. These guys formed in '95 in Virginia Water, Surrey, UK. The band is led by the founder who writes most of the music, Clive Nolan, who some of you might know is the keyboardist for Pendragon and Shadowland, for all you metal guys out there. They just have a really great sound. Reminds me of the power rock groups from the 80s and early 90s. So my song choice is from their 8th studio album, The Unquiet Sky from 2015. And my song is How Did It Come to This? Man, it's just really a great song. And the band is Arena. They had to postpone all their tour dates, by the way. I was looking on their website, obviously because of the pandemic, but they're starting up again. Their first concert is going to be October 1st in Liverpool. So Uncle Scumdeath, get on that. Let me know how it went, man. Anyway, for my second pick, this band is a 2008 creation from a Polish bassist and vocalist from the band Riverside. His name is Mariusz Duda. Hope I pronounced that correctly. It was formed in Poland, obviously. This is a music project of the said Duda above. The music project is really cool. I went to the website and looked at his little project here, and it's a circle based on life and death. And each album that he's released, and he's released 7 of them so far, by the way, is on this spectrum of life and death. And it's some crazy stuff about how you get suicidal thoughts, blah, blah, blah. You're death and you transcend back to life, or you're like reincarnated. I don't know. I haven't gotten into it fully yet. I know it sounds really weird, but man almighty, this guy's voice is just heavenly. It's really good. It's a little haunting sometimes, but I don't know. These albums seem very personal to him. It seems like it's like his way of expressing himself. So I really like it. So my song is off their 4th of 7 albums that the project is totaled so far. And they do promise an 8th in the future, which I guess is going to complete the circle. All I know is I love the music. I want to hear more. So it's from their album, Walking on a Flashlight Beam. It's the song Gatr by the band Lunatic Soul. Really great find. I'm just eager to dive in on all the other albums. It's not just progressive, but sometimes it just gets more like world music. It has all kinds of different instruments in it. And, if you're just chilling at the work, working on something at the computer, I said it, Nomad. It's really interesting music. Anyway, check them out. lunaticsoul.com. As requested, Mrs. Gator's chosen a song for this week. This is what she says. So looking at data last week, people in education will totally get what I'm talking about here. I mentioned that it was like we were Sisyphus or maybe Prometheus on some days. Pick your myth. Lo and behold, this song popped up on Spotify a few days later. Perfect for when you feel like just getting that rock to roll on down the hill. Enjoy Sisyphus by Andrew Bird. Guys, I think that's it. I think we got it. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 84 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So if you're just finding out about us, take a look at those. I tell you what, I was just thinking about this today. We really do zero promotion for this podcast. Other than an occasional Twitter, a little tweet out there, we really don't do much to promote it. So we put it all on you guys. If you like what you're listening to, you like what you're hearing, spread the word out there. Word of mouth, hitting that share button and telling other people about us is how we grow. So we thank you in advance for that. Just appreciate everything you guys and gals out there do for us. Well, Startien, Kingsleymac, I got to say this was a very entertaining episode. I really thanks for both of you guys coming out tonight. I know Kingsley's probably apprehensive. Everyone's gonna hear his the fact that he has maybe a different voice in real life. I don't know. I'll have to speculate when I go visit. We'll find out, I guess, huh? Thank you both for coming on. I had a great time tonight.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Was it worth having a couple on?
It was.
It was a lot of fun.
It wasn't really technically our first couple show because our 1 year anniversary, Hazel and I both had our wives.
Oh, that's
on.
True.
So technically,
as outside guests, I guess you could say. Yeah,
technically, this was a regular couple show. But is there obviously Startien? Is there any way or any contact information, anything you want to put out there where people can message you, reach out to you, or just want to say hi?
Yeah, so I'm on Discord, right?
Yes.
I'm on Discord. Catch me at the Guardian Hub, and my tag is Kingsley's hot wife.
WYFE, by the way. Love that
That's
spelling.
true. Yep.
That's the hip spelling. Kingsleymac, you don't have much to say, so let's move on.
Hey.
Okay. Kingsley, tell us about your podcast, brother. Yeah. Tell us everything and where people can reach you, sir.
Sure. Yeah. You can find me as Kingsleymac in all the places. Twitch, I occasionally stream, mostly while I'm raiding. But on Twitter, I'm actually MC Kingsley. And our podcast you can find on Twitter at The Guardian Hub or through our lovely website, theguardianhub.com. SN would say, the best hub on the net.
I must attest, it is. No offense to the lore hub. Anyway, Hazel, how can I reach you, sir?
All right. I am Hazelnut. Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere.
You can find me on Twitter at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's Gatr. Gatr. You can find me on Steam, PS4 as Gatr, all caps, GATR, underscores in between. I'm also on YouTube as Gatr-Guardian Downcast, all one word, where we also post our episodes every week. So check that out. And if you want to find out about our podcast, guardiandowncast.com. Super simple. Check us out. All our details, our Instagram, everything is on there as well. So take a visit. See what you think. Oh, you guys know we can't leave tonight without a Scumdesk Corner.
Hello, and welcome to Scumdesk Corner. I'm trying to play Destiny, but there is so many happy birthday messages coming in the Discord. I've been kicked to orbit. So thanks very much, guys. No, but I'd like to say thank you so much for all your lovely messages. That's really nice. I would like to say a heartfelt thank you very much, Uncle Scumdev. I'm ancient. And guess what? Chinese food is on its way. So I will love you and leave you. So lovely old job. Thanks, guys. Can't thank you enough. Love you all. You mean so much to me. Thanks, guys and gals. Love you, bye.
Hey, continue to be safe, everybody. And more importantly, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you guys. That was great. I love it. That was a great
It
show.
was
That's
a
gonna be
lot of
very
fun.
that's gonna be very
Playing
entertaining.
off of each other.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, we got a new speedrun leader. Wow.
2 of them.
It's gonna be tough to beat. It's gonna be tough to beat.
Hopefully
Wow. That's really cool.
no one gets above 34.
Whew. I don't know, man. That's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just say Kingsley's hot wife, too. Start again.
There you go.
Yeah, you say that, Gatr? No, don't say that.
I feel uncomfortable right now.
It's a setup, right?
So do me a favor before he gets back on. You guys have to talk really fast for me, okay? Because I can talk super fast and then I can answer everything super, super fast, okay? But you guys have to do me a favor so I can kick his ass. Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye.
Bye.